BSing around. Today is the day I do chores, but before I get on that, I figured I'd do a little of this. Plus, my wife apparently has been listening to me because I've been complaining about how much our bed sucks for like a year. So, just today, a brand new mattress set came in, which I kid you not must have weighed a couple 100 pounds. I had to try to manhandle that shit into the back room, and it's one of those that you got to use the special tool to open the thing, and then it like swells up. So we've got this king size mattress leaned up against the wall because, according to the directions, you don't want to um, put it on the bed until you've given it 72 hours to air out or whatever, right? So pretty cool though. I'm pretty excited about it, even though I'm not gonna lie, wore me the hell out. I was wore out because it's been a long time since I've had to heave 150 pounds around like that. Happy Friday to you, Daniel. I hope you're having a wonderful one. Uh, you know, yeah, Friday is my do chores day. So I moved the mattress in there and unpacked it and leaned it up against the wall so it can do whatever it needs to do to decompress. And then I cleaned the cat's litter box because if I don't keep her litter box clean, she starts just using the bathroom wherever she wants. Because she feels like, well, if you're not going to keep the litter box clean, then I'll just poop wherever, right? Which I'll be honest with you guys, I can't blame her. It's like, how am I supposed to blame her, right? Like, if I walked into the bathroom and the toilet was completely wrecked, like full of toilet paper and just no way I could sit on it without getting junk on me, I probably would go find somewhere else to poop to. So that happened. That's the thing that went down. Um, and then later on, I'll do the floor and the toilets, which don't take too long. My wife has bought me all the best stuff. So, like my vacuum cleaner is one of those that are not vacuum cleaner. I've got a good vacuum cleaner though, but my mop is one of those where you put the mop in and you hit the pedal and it spins it dry. I mean, that thing's badass. You know what I mean? Definitely badass. So, I mean, which is nice of her. I guess she figures since what's up, TCG? How you doing, homeboy? But I guess since she figures I'm doing this stuff, I need to have the best tools to do this stuff. And again, that's very nice of her. I think what I did wrong is she just took me out to lunch at our favorite tavern, which I ate very light. I just had a Cobb salad and I didn't even finish it. I still got half of it in the fridge. But then as soon as I got home, because this is how I am, I don't know if you guys are this way. I bet a lot of you are. But we went out and had a nice lunch together, just hung out and, like you do. And then as soon as I got home, I grabbed that heavy freaking mattress and started manhandling it all over the place. See, I should have used the rule like for swimming, right? Like don't go swimming until at least 30 minutes after you've, rested from eating. But instead, I got home and I was immediately like, get this done. Brr. And now I'm like, oh God. Yeah. So I'm in here and I'm getting ready to build a brand new thing that just came out. So for all of you guys out there, which I've been working on my Crabman for, see, I did the coral and everything on it red. I thought that'd stand out really good. But been working on my Crabman. Hey, Hungar, why are you not hitting the invite? Are you gay or something? I mean, because that's the only reason I can think of for you not to join me. But anyway, for all of these people who are like, Legions Imperialis is going to be a dead game, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. Well, they just released a brand new bunch of sets of vehicles and infantry. Just released. So, like these Saturnine dreadnoughts and Saturnine Terminators, Fellblades, Falchions. They released a bunch of stuff for the Imperial Guardsmen. You're always eating. And why wouldn't you be very good company? I think you're always good company. You know who's not good company? Me. And you know why? Because I'm bad company. And I can't deny. That's right. Bad company. Till the day I die. Yeah. Rebel souls. Deserters we are called. Chose the gun and threw away the sun. That's right. Bad Company, 10 from 6. One of the best albums ever, full of nothing but bangers. So I think I'm just going to build these guys as Fellblades, even though I could build them as the super duper plasma armed glaive. More pain than ever before. Like ever before? Like ever? Ever? I'm sorry, Miss Hossey. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make that Hossey cry. I apologize 1,000 times. Sorry, Hossey. Ooh, I am for real. No, that didn't make you laugh a little bit. I was hoping that would be like, all right, now I gotta join him because he's singing to me and being all like funny and shit. But I suppose not, I guess. But anyway, yes, they just released a whole nother wave of stuff for the game. So now I'm still waiting for them to stop being jackasses and just go ahead and sell the Primarchs already in this scale. I mean, really? It's like, really, Games Workshop? Stop being assholes. Just sell an 8 mil scale Sanguinius already. I mean, you're killing me over here, right? I mean, if I'm going to build a whole damn practically legion of Blood Angels, the least you could do is release Sanguinius, right? Look at this guy.
Hey.
Look at this morose motherfucker over here. Bong. From Clerks One.
I know.
Okay. I'm singing to my brother.
Well, if you don't, who will?
Yeah. I was singing Sorry Miss Jackson, but I was putting his name in every time it said Miss Jackson.
You're nasty.
I'm sorry, Hossey. Ooh, I am for real. His name was Hossie. He was a showgirl. Down at Dino's Barn Grill, he gave all the boys a thrill. He would do the cha-cha and the merengue. He worked from 9 to 4. His butt got very sore, but he was young and needed the money, so who could ask for more? At the Copa. Yeah, this is what I do.
Are you high? What's going on with you, brother?
He's not. I like that. What's going on with you, brother? I live in the bar.
Listen, I just wanted to say you're acting kind of weird. When I was in country as a Navy SEAL, I saw guys lose their collective shit in the jungle. And I'm starting to think maybe you've been in country a little too long.
Yeah, right. Just Hungar's not feeling good, and I'm trying to cheer him up. Referring to Pink Floyd's song, James. I don't think so. I did sing a little Bad Company, and that was Bad Company by Bad Company off of one of the best albums of all time, 10 from 6, which was basically their greatest hits album. But if I were going to sing some Pink Floyd, it would be like, how I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. I love that song.
Is there no
That is like
no karaoke?
That's such a great song. There's Shadow. Running over the same old ground, and have we found the same old fears? I wish you were here. That song is the song I sing when I'm thinking about my best friend, Marcus, who years ago passed, but I still think about him on occasion, you know. He was a good guy.
How goes, gentlemen?
It goes very well, sir.
I got some good news today.
They're going to let you go back to work
out from the company for fucking you over?
I go back on Monday, or at least to turn in my paperwork, and assuming there are no other bullshit surprises, they will probably send me out to the floor to work.
Nice.
And then now that I have my paperwork signed, I can apply for back pay from these weird idiots.
Nice.
Unum.
So you went to see the mental guy today?
Yeah.
So are you crazy or what's going on?
Oddly enough, I convinced him no.
I see. Well, I'm just making portraits for the Final Age book of the NPCs, of which there are over 50. And I'm starting to think this is a bad idea, but I can't stop myself from doing it, putting an image for each of them, which means it's going to be crazy how big,
Well, how big images are we talking about? Little, like,
they take up, so it's 2 columns, so each one takes up its column in an aspect ratio of 1 to 1. You know what? How about I just show you?
Yeah.
How about I just show you instead? That'll make everything so much easier, don't you think, James?
I think so.
I think if I just show you, so give me a second. Hang on. We're gonna go 1 page. So I'll go back to the start. Here we go. So I'm not done the layout. This is just me putting everything together right now. So relax, breathe, and exhale. But basically, this is the appendix on the game stats. And then I have to fix this, obviously. But basically, you're getting roughly about 2 a page. But the problem is that some of the write-ups are too long to fit 2 on a page, and they blend over. So I'll have to use that white space for something else. But,
Cool.
Just filling them all in, getting them done.
Looks good.
Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah, I like it. Looks good.
Some people bitch. It's a lot of art. Good. Well, you're complaining? Did you guys see, by the way, Tenkar, Greyhawk Grognard, and Law Dog are all doing their AI in role playing videos today. They're doing a compilation, and they all seem to be of the negative mentality of, I don't mind if you use it for your home stuff, but if you publish it, I'm not paying for it type idea.
I caught part of 10 Cars. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I didn't see Joe's though.
Joe's Greyhawk Grognard? No, that's Joseph. Yeah, his just went up, and I haven't
Well,
seen
that
more.
aggravates me a little bit in that I really like Greyhawk Grognard.
I do too.
So,
I'm
but
just
you know
really
what? If you
annoyed
don't
by
wanna
this
buy it,
attitude.
well, don't buy it then. I mean,
No,
you
and
know?
I'm with you on that, but it's just this attitude. Like it's just extending the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like this is not going away. The genie is not going back in the fucking bottle, guys. Not happening. You know?
Well, see, that's not my main problem. My main problem is mind your effing business.
Oh wow,
You know?
you're much more.
Like,
Well, I definitely think from at least Tankard's perspective, and I think from Joe's, is that they're just worried about a huge landslide of just shit.
As opposed to the
And
garbage that's out there
yeah,
already from the
that's the thing.
companies. Come
That's
on.
the thing.
it's
And
like
the thing is, WotC is absolutely using AI. If you look at some of their, they're absolutely using it, and they're not even being that careful about it, like picking out like mistakes and shit. There's some
connection
really
issues.
janky shit in their artwork that is very obviously like AI that they didn't even bother cleaning up. So I mean, and they're not going to, the big companies not going to get called out on it because you can't really do anything to them. The small creators you can have an impact on by calling them out on it. So it's kind of one of those things. I mean, and also it is commercial art. If you can produce something with it, if you're producing like just give me AI image and it's like, yo, fucking, and yeah, that looks like shit and that should be called out. And I wouldn't want to pay for that either. But if you're getting decent stuff, you're being careful about it, you're using good images, that I do not see the problem with it at all.
Like I do.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just throwing out just any random thing that an AI spits out and people got like 6 arms and crap, yeah, that would turn me off and annoy the crap out of me too about something.
Sure.
Because no effort was put into it. You're just throwing out shit. But it's if a person's like curating it properly, you know, I do not see a problem.
Law Dog, is that Decado?
Yes.
I don't know. I like Decado quite a bit. I hope
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I like him. I get along with him. You know, he's a decent dude. But just, I don't know. His video hasn't been, so I don't know what his take is. But I'm just tired of like, hey, everybody, no one cares. Like you said, you know, mind your own business. We don't need this. We don't need more opinions about this. For the love of Jesus and Mary, especially from fucking dumbass. Like,
Dude.
shut up,
Dude,
you know?
dude. Don't forget Joseph.
What, Greyhawk Grognard?
No, for the love of Jesus, Joseph, and Mary.
Oh, and the little
Oh,
donkey
no. It's Jesus, Mary, and Joseph where I'm from.
and the
Jesus,
donkey.
Mary,
The
and
donkey.
Joseph.
The donkey did a hard job.
I mean, yeah, he had to be the stepkid. Can you imagine the stress on that poor fucker's back?
Let me say it.
He's like,
say
oh
it
my
like
God,
this.
I'm raising God.
Let me say it the way they say it in Newfoundland. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Jesus,
Lord,
yeah.
Lord Thunder and Johnny Jesus riding to town on a horse.
And you know, you say Newfoundland, but you know who that sounds like to me so much?
The Irish?
Archie Bunker. Jesus.
Jesus. Seed it. You're going to turn into a morphodite. What's a morphodite, Archie? It's when it's got too much of one and not enough of the other.
He was actually born in Brooklyn, but the TV show was set in Queens.
Yeah.
And he absolutely hated Meathead. Like on
Oh, yeah,
level,
that was a famous
that
hatred
Him
between
and
those
Rob
two.
Reiner didn't get along?
No, he hated that guy so bad. He said he'd never hated anybody in his life as bad as he hated Rob Reiner.
Hey, quick layout question for you, Doc.
Yeah.
Would it be okay if I only had 2 per page and the white space at the bottom I could fill with like filigree or border stuff to make it sort of look a little less.
Yeah, that
crowded.
looks fine. And plus, you can play with the spacing a little bit. And
Yeah, that's annoying.
you don't want big like white spots. Is the main thing to avoid.
See, I can't help but notice that Shadow is doing what he does lately again. On the one hand, I like that he's in chat bullshitting around. On the other hand, why hasn't he clicked the button? Why is it that lately Shadow needs his own personal invitation over here? What's going on with this guy?
I believe the term is prima donna.
I'm starting to think he might be a rat. He might need a trip to Florida.
He might just be exhausted from wrestling the Cabana Boys too.
You know, that's fair. Those Cabana Boys can put up a hell of a fight.
Well, especially if they're covered in freaking like suntan lotion or something.
Yeah.
Hee hee, you'll never catch me. Tee hee hee. Greased up deaf guy.
Yeah, greased up deaf guy running around. RPG Dad. Yeah, I
Hey,
think
Fled.
that I'm gonna try to be a big brain here, but I'm sure I'm gonna F it all up. It's pretty much what Shakespeare said. Fury and thunder amounting to nothing,
No, I was in
or
the middle of
signifying
something.
nothing.
Yeah, the Cabana
Signifying
Boy. We were just to
particular.
say.
I mean, I expect one of you more educated guys to know what I'm talking about, but
you know, if you had like a regular schedule, then I could work it into mine. But when you're like as random as fuck, it's kind of hard to know. You
Yeah,
know,
we all
do I need
are.
to leave-
We're all, unlike you, we're all random as fuck. You fucking uptight.
control freak. Get it right. Get it right. Control freak.
yeah, I've been told that you're a little bit of a control freak.
Yes, yes. God rest his soul.
I've
Couple
heard
of
that
things.
around.
Couple of things. Bear, were you actually juxtaposing Law Dog with Joe the lawyer?
Oh, thank you. It is Joe the lawyer. Thank you very much.
Okay, I like all those guys,
I do
but
too.
all those guys ride the center rail as hard as can be ridden. You know, I know Bear's kind of that way too, but that's a huge part of what they're doing when it comes to the AI discussion. They know that if they literally had our opinions on AI, they would lose like a third to half their subscribers.
Well, maybe you need to lose those people to build up real subscribers that actually give a shit about your opinions and don't just want you to say what they want to hear.
Well,
I
when you
just
get,
wanna go on
when
the
you get to a
record that
certain
I'm
point, you start
automatically-
making money, doing this thing, this tube of views. You got to play the game, and you know I get it. I play the game myself sometimes. There's
You
certain
don't make
things
any money doing this.
I don't care about money. I've got more money than I know what to do with. So
Really? I could use some help. I need about 10K to finish heroic. So when you're looking at all that money you don't know what to do with, you can just come on over and be a
Yeah,
fucking investor.
you know, you remember?
I hear you.
Are we talking business or are we just talking a charity thing? Because
I'm talking
I'm not
business.
UNICEF.
No, I'm talking
we-
business. I will
we could-
happily partner up with someone who wants to bring money to the table and take some ownership.
Well,
I
we
would
could
happily-
have that discussion elsewhere. Because I'm not opposed to that. I tried to help Joe and Randy with Biggest Geekus. I offered to, you know, make that thing work, and they're like, "No, we want to do it on our own." And where are they now? Because I would have.
Michigan.
Well, yeah. And I love the guys, and I wish them well, but I also miss them, and that pisses me off because I don't like missing people. I had a really depressing thing happen this morning. Bear, you know, I've talked about Chris Rea a lot. He's like one of my favorite musicians.
Mhm.
He's real famous. One of his most famous songs he ever wrote was "Driving Home for Christmas," and he passed away on the 22nd, the 23rd of December.
Was he
That's
driving
sad.
home for Christmas?
Basically,
That's
the
very
big guy
sad.
wanted it very much so. But you know, I'm happy for him because the big guy, you know, brought him home for Christmas, and I'll let everybody else know that he's still doing his thing. But back to AI, you know, I've gone back and forth with John from the Basic Expert, and I'll say it again. You know, as long as these prima donna artists are demanding what they're demanding, which is the lion's share of a project that they had, you know, no part in creating, um, fuck those guys. You know, they should get like an hourly wage and that's it. And that, by hourly wage, I want someone over their freaking shoulder watching every freaking pencil and pen stroke. So I ain't get.
Every breath you take.
I mean,
It's not-
just strictly the loss of work thing. While that sucks, you can
Learn to
only
code.
be so sympathy about it because I mean, how many
Or
scribes
better
were
yet,
put
learn
out of
to
work
type.
by movable type?
Yeah, don't quit their day job and
It's just
and
this is
learn to
what
code, learn to
happens.
type. I got no time for that. I have heard nothing, but there's a few artists out there, you know, that don't and haven't earned my ire. But most of them are you know, whiny bitches who think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread because they can freaking draw, you know, or paint or whatever. It's the same thing with you know, a lot of other professions. You know, we can live without them, and someday they keep it up. We will live without them because there will be nothing but AI. You remember that song 2112?
Oh yeah,
It's
Well,
the same fucking thing. It's the
Bri-
same fucking
Bear
thing.
by law has to be familiar with the album.
Are you talking about Fix? The Fix?
No Rush.
Rush.
It's a whole album side about how
I'm thinking of a Fix song where he talks about his girlfriend's a robot and her brain is IBM and stuff like that.
That
sticks.
That sticks, Mr.
Yes,
Roboto.
Mr. Roboto.
Sticks.
Yeah, I actually
No,
I'm
it's not
the
Mr.
person who likes that
Roboto.
album.
This is another one. And it's Fix. It's the Fix when they were doing the real prog rock stuff.
Do you know the name of the song by any chance, young man?
God, of course not.
Well
Give me a
then,
break.
Where would be the fun in that? You know? Yeah, it's just in the song 2112, you know, music and musicians have been replaced by whatever, something, because
It's going to happen
it's-
anyway.
it's just it's considered by the state a waste of time. Get back to the freaking factory or the salt mine. We'll have the AI create your inspirational music.
nothing
That's what's
scares
gonna happen.
musicians more than the idea of having to have a fucking job. Eh? Like that terrifies artists.
Oh
That's-
God,
That's inhuman having a job. Why would you do that to us?
because that's where we got to where we are. Trillions
Well,
upon trillions
You
of
don't
humans.
shut your mouth, you fucking industrial fascist. I'm going to write a song about
I like the
you.
ring of that. I like the ring of that.
I will write song about you, industrial fascist. Fuck your ass. My song's not selling. Well, because it's shit. But I'm an artist.
But yeah. You know what?
No.
You know, for most of humankind's history, we had no artists. I have a feeling we're going to go back that route again if they don't, you know, shut the shit up and do something else. Also, you know, there's nothing wrong with having more than one vocation in life, and you know, if your art can so easily be replaced by an AI
Machines.
large language model, then you really didn't accomplish anything, and off to the dustbin you go.
Jesus. I got to say, I wasn't expecting Shadow to be spicier about this than me, but holy fuck.
I
Oh, wow.
dude,
all right.
how many people like the Red Room, you and anybody else who wants to make their own RPG can't because they are beholden to this nonsense and a bunch of whiny bitches who want to, you know, play with coloring books and crayons all day. And I don't mean the Marines.
I don't give a fuck. I'm using AI, and if anyone doesn't like it, well, that's fine.
I've
They're allowed
used-
to not like it.
Absolutely, but to tell us what we are and aren't allowed to like or use or profit from because it puts the artists out of business. Be better artists, charge less, do something else also, you know.
And it's all gray areas because I mean, I would not be able to write without spell check. I would not be able to produce
Right?
anything.
right. I was writing this
printable
morning.
without spell
Uh,
check, because I'm hideously dyslexic. My spelling is atrocious. It
Spell
would
check,
never
grammar
fly
check,
without
the
that.
whole bit. You know, I didn't even know Google Docs existed like a year ago, and I just figured, if I'm gonna write, I'm gonna have to, do things that were like a lot more complicated. And my son and somebody else showed me Google Docs, and I started writing, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't stop. This is so easy, you know. And I use that. I use AI for the modules and adventure ideas that I'm going to be publishing this upcoming year through Red Room, Barrels and Borderlands, and Arduin, the Emperor's Choice. Uh, it would never get off the ground if I had to do it the old way. I mean, nobody wants to buy, mimeographed graph paper maps and folded in half, saddle stitched, homemade Xerox uh, books like the original D&D. No, there's a few people getting away with it, Arduin and Barrels of Borderlands, but that's because, but an independent guy, you try pulling that on drive through, and they're going to be like, yeah, nobody's going to buy it.
Unless you do use a machine to do it and make it look like you did that, in which case it's artsy.
Yeah, I'm actually getting one of those digest books in the mail any day now from Barrels and Borderlands, and I'm going to review it. And it's, because it's Arduin, and it was the second, RPG thing that was ever done that way. And it goes back 50 plus years, or 50 years next year. Excuse me. It's got that nostalgia, and it can get away with that. But anybody else that tries to do that, to me, that's just, what do you call it? It's not plagiarism, but it's along that idea. You're just copying somebody else's idea, and doing, something that wasn't your idea, and you didn't do it out of necessity.
Denzel, it must be very lovely that you have all the time in the world and the youth and the ability to go make and learn art forms and all that. Have at it. But your statement that all AI music is plastic is horseshit, and you know it because I've got proof that shows it's not. So don't take this stance, because you sound like one of the fucking Zoomers out there and the millennials complaining. You go learn how to do music. Yeah, because I don't have fucking anything but time on my hands.
Hey, James, what's up?
And learn how to play piano. I mean, come on. This is the problem with that attitude. That is a horseshit boomer attitude that is now the Zoomer attitude, and it's awful, and it does nothing. People are now able to create and express themselves. Yeah, there's a lot of slop, but there's a lot of people out there who had never been able to get the ideas out of their head because they didn't have the talent, the time, the ability, the options, or anything else. And now they do, and they are. And as a result, they're being more mentally healthy. They're fucking feeling creative. They're creating more things. They're bringing more into the world than isolating it to a fucking elitist artist class that thinks they're better because they put in all the time. Well, once upon a time, shoes were made by hand. My grandfather did it. And then they started making them in fucking factories. And my grandfather fixed shoes for a while and then retired because he wasn't needed anymore. This is how progress goes. To take an elitist attitude achieves nothing, adds nothing to the conversation, and just isolates and alienates. So there you go. You enjoy your free time and your free life and all the stuff you can do, but to expect others to have the same ability, availability, talent, or money and time that you have is arrogant, sir. And I say that without any fucking hubris.
I gotta say, if it wasn't for AI, there's a lot of character images I wouldn't have, and I wouldn't have made songs for my characters. So I'm happy with AI.
When I get like this is how I make enemies online. In case you're all wondering, all the people who hate me, it's because when I go like this, just so we're clear.
James is actually a really good guy, and he's a fine musician. And speaking of which, James,
Good for him.
Jackie just started playing trumpet in addition to keyboards this last year, but I couldn't do it. I tried for years to be able to learn how to play music, and the best I could do was scream into a microphone. Some people can do it, some people can't. But
Screaming into a microphone has its merits, though.
Yeah. But some people want to do it, but they just can't. They just can't grasp the language that is writing music and things like that. I looked at it. I took like a year and a half of music theory, and I could just never understand anything about it. It was just awful.
I don't think everybody just doesn't have the mindset for music. I definitely don't. I'm terrible with it.
But I mind you, I still, I was just talking about Chris Rea. he was a freaking absolute legend, you know. And there'll never be another one. But now if I ever want to, hear like a song with his voice, I can use machines and I can create a song, because I could write words and I could create lyrics and then I could have him sing it to me.
Yeah, that I disagree with. That's a personal thing for me.
It's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Of course, it's already happening.
It's
That
going to
I
happen
disagree
in a
with,
big
though.
way. And 50 years from now, that might be all there is.
Yeah, well, look, the world changes, okay?
And there's
life.
always going to be a market for handmade, human-made
And there's
art.
always going to be
You're just going to have to. You won't be able. You're not going to be able to make a living at it if you're mediocre anymore. That's ultimately what it comes down to. You're going to
I
have to
agree with
AI
be
might just
authentically
become like
talented
those-
if you want to do that for a living.
Oh, absolutely. I was laughing at what James said about drawing furry art on Twitter with being open to creating anything.
Well, sadly,
Yeah,
the
you-
people creating furry art on Twitter and a lot of the people you saw in the old days on Tumblr, they were all artists who took commissions and created garbage, and they were fucking it's like, I'm sorry, the artist class can go fuck itself. They benefit society very littly anymore, and modern art is shit. And when was the last great artist we saw?
I don't
Banksy.
remember.
I think Bansky's a great artist. Bansky's a fucking he just does spectacle. You know what I mean?
Well,
Things
we
that
had,
draw
we had
attention.
Boris, we had
Bob Ross.
Hildebrand, Easley,
Okay.
all
I'm
people.
sorry, I said
are-
modern, not fucking your boomer shit there.
Well,
Shadow.
when did Boris stop painting?
I don't know. Boris Vallejo?
Yeah.
He's not considered a modern artist. I mean, well, maybe in the broader terms, he's a modern artist, but he's been around since the 50s, hasn't he? Or the 60s?
Really? I thought it was more 70s, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it could be the 70s, but again, that's not modern. That's to us, it's modern because we're old. Like that's what I'm saying, brother.
Again,
You know?
the
Yeah,
newest
I
artist that I,
I brought
the
up the
only newest-
Hildebrand brothers. I don't think they've done anything. But Frazetta's daughters, aren't they carrying on his tradition?
Don't see them anywhere. Don't see their art on billboards. Don't see them fucking being talked about. That's the point. There's no artists being talked about anymore. And even before AI art came along, no one's talking about artists. They're talking about spectacle. Tape a fucking banana to a board.
Yeah.
That's art. You know what I mean?
No,
It's
that's-
bullshit.
That's-
It's the bullshit. And I learned this the hard way when I was in
Film
film
material.
school. We had to do a fucking film, and I shot this really cool cyberpunky type thing because we had to show parts of the city people didn't regard. And we went around, found all this cool shit, and we shot a whole action, like no fighting, but just a guy running through town and then meeting the girl at the end. It was really cool. We played it, and everybody in the class liked it. And then the teacher shat on it because it was predictable. And then some other guy put up a fucking thing, which is a picture of graffiti while he read a poem in fucking Spanish. And oh my God, that was high art. That was the best of we saw all day. And I realized right then and there, I'm not an artist. I will never be an artist. I will be a creator instead. And I will be happy being a creator because I'm not beholden to trying to prove some fucking high-minded, pretentious bullshit to people. I'm just going to fucking make stuff I think is cool. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, well, fuck them then.
The best modern artist in the last 20 years has probably been Froggy Fresh.
You're such a
Yeah.
dick. You're such a dick.
Oh, by the way, I was totally wrong. It wasn't Sticks or Fix. It was ELO, yours truly, 2095.
Okay, from Time, yeah.
From
I
Time.
Oh, love-
It was like their super prog rock album where the whole album was about a guy who wakes up in 2095 and he's got a robot for a girlfriend and everything else like that.
Yeah, cool. Nothing wrong with that, man.
I mean, ELO. Who doesn't love ELO? Mr. Blue Sky and all that shit.
I
One of my
specifically
favorite
hate
all-time-
that song, but otherwise I love ELO.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a lot of great songs. Move Over Beethoven or whatever. I mean,
Telephone line.
yeah. But I hear all of what you guys are saying, and what I think is this, right?
Hey, can I share this?
No. Yes.
No.
Be like,
No.
No, I've thought about it and decided
Share.
negatory, good buddy.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that. You got some
That's nice.
dinosaurs
That's
and
cool.
camels.
No, that's cool. I don't like dinosaurs.
That's an image from the module I'm writing for the Red Room, and I showed this to an artist, and the image alone would have cost to make something just like this. It's not that complicated, but it's whatever. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And if I wanted it to be the cover, even more for the module. And I'm like, there's a good chance that we'll sell 10 copies of the module. That's it.
My favorite part of it was how you went for the realism and you had dinosaurs and camels.
Well, because it's in a Cull age, antediluvian, age
James,
of
never
Cull coming
change, my
in.
man.
Yes, Shadow. But the real question is this: are there lizard people?
Yes, that's actually in the title of the
Oh,
module.
well, then damn, man, you got it all.
Yeah. Well, I was just, it's for Savage Sword. I mean, Cull, was like, the greatest reference of lizard snake people in literature that most of us can think of. There might be something prior to that, but I don't know.
Went to high school with him.
Yeah,
I went to college with him, and he was an asshole. I'm just saying. Like, you
Thanks,
didn't leave
George.
your girlfriend
Shadow.
alone with him, because if you came
prior
back,
to
she
R.E.
was pregnant.
Howard serpent people, there were literally thousands of years of myths from all around the world talking about serpent people.
No, I meant in literature, like sci-fi fantasy, not.
You don't
Not
consider
mythology.
people talking about their myth cycles to be literature?
I don't consider it to be. I don't want to say
Anyway,
fiction.
Here's
but yeah.
my final word on the AI art versus the artist. If you're a really good artist, you will find a way to use the AI tools to be an even better artist.
Which many
Right, but like what I was saying with
right
with
now.
that image, if I gave it to one artist, it was like I want this to be the cover of this project, and he's like, I think it was like $500 or something to oil paint that or what have you. So I got Jackie some oil paints for Christmas.
So damn,
Exploitation begins at home. Frankie, rule of acquisition number one.
Fucking Mexican. He's not Mexican, He's probably got that talent. I don't know. He's got every other damn talent, but it
I
was
look
just.
forward to when Jackie just becomes a serial killer. I'm really looking forward to that.
he's half Mexican, so he works for a very affordable rate.
Oh, wow.
He will underbid any Anglo artists out there.
The hope is that he never actually has to work for money. He just does it because he wants to. If everything goes right, and I make my millions. Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, I keep bringing up horses, guys, and there's a reason. Because the guys who drove horse taxis in New York freaked out when the automobile was released, right? But the smart ones bought their fucking badges and bought Model Ts, got rid of the horses, put them out to farm, and started making even more money with the Model T. This is no different. Technology changes.
And the other thing is, if people are really...
You're going to jump on board with it, and you're going to be the man. And if you're a whiny baby, well, then you're going to end up working in a Circle K somewhere and thinking about how you could have been, should have been.
Well, you're not going to be working at Circle K because that's going to be run by robots.
Yeah. I mean, when was the last time you went into a restaurant that didn't have a menu kiosk?
Today, I went to my local tavern, and the waiter actually chose my table specifically because he's a D&D nerd. So he and I always talk D&D whenever, like he knows me as DM James. So when I walk in, he's like, DM James, what's up? What table you on? And then he told the other waiter, he's like, no, I got this table. Me and my wife are sitting there eating our salads, talking shit about
That's
eating
awesome.
and whatever. But anyway, yes, you're right. And if you want to see the future of America, look at Japan. Because right now in Japan, you can walk into a store like a Circle K and let the efficiency flow through you. I've literally seen this on TV with my own eyes, right? You walk in, you pay money, the cup noodle pops out, then you put the cup noodle in a thing, it cooks. Then you take the cup noodle out of the thing, and they have like this whole.
That's weird because I'm always putting my thing in the cup noodle.
You're a cup noodle.
Shut up. Then they have this whole thing of condiments for free, so you
I'm not
can
even gonna
put
touch that one.
peppers and whatever on your cup noodle, and it's all paid for with coins. And there might be one person in the whole store, and their job is not to wait on you. Their job is just to restock shit and clean. Because everything in there is paid for with like slide the bill in or put the quarters in. That's going to be the future. But then again, maybe not, because Japan is a super high trust society.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
In
only
America,
Yeah, I noticed.
That's
if
nice.
you
Yeah,
put a
all the
store
dollar
like that in
stores here
downtown
used to have
Louisville,
the pay yourself kiosk, and they got rid of all of them because they learned their
Yeah,
lesson.
because people just walk. Yeah, why
like-
pay when you can just walk out for free?
yeah, like Walmart's are getting
Target.
rid
I
of
mean,
their
have they not met
self-checkout.
Americans?
And the other thing that
That's
drives me crazy
what
about
I
the art
said, but
thing.
that just again proves you and me.
if people
Yeah,
are so
same way.
concerned about the future of art, they ought to be railing against this commodified modern art bullshit that is gutting the soul of art in this country.
Yeah, I
This
find
Right, you would
nonsense crap put out by these people who are just chosen to be made famous artists by rich investor douchebags.
Yeah,
Let me
Who do
ask
not
you a
give a
question.
damn.
Slinging
These
paint
people-
on a blank canvas.
If
is
they were
art.
really concerned about art, that's what they'd be railing against.
These people are fucking grifters, okay? Like that's okay. Look, I use Suno to make music, and my musician friends get upset, but they happily use large language models to write things, and I'm a writer, and I don't get upset. I'm like, go ahead, use that to write. That's fine. I don't give a shit. I use fucking image generation to use to make images, right? People I know who are artists get upset, but again, they use large language models to go ahead and make emails for them and what have you. So fuck off is the answer I have for everybody on this fucking argument.
Yeah. You know, though.
Well,
there-
you know,
the
something
real
I
issue
noticed-
is this: it don't matter. All of the people whining about AI
Right.
art versus not AI art, it doesn't matter because this shit is happening.
well,
Oh, yeah.
you know what,
You know,
they
it's
really
like you're complaining about having sex after you already been knocked up.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can't take the freaking sugar out of the iced tea. It's already there, baby.
Can't put the
And
toothpaste
no,
back in the
no
tube,
amount of
John.
time is changing it.
You know what they've also done that I've noticed that's leading to
they?
this. The powers that be, let's just say for now, they've taken art
Element
out of
race.
school. there are no art classes after like middle school or even elementary school. So
Yeah, there
where are
hasn't
these
been any
artists
art
supposed to
since
come
probably
from?
the Renaissance.
You know, literally, Jackie hasn't had the option for an art class in about 6 years, from middle
And people
school.
want
to
to bitch about art versus not art. Yeah, art died in the Renaissance.
If they're not going to teach it,
Rockwell. Rockwell was a tremendous artist, and he defined an entire.
Well, he
generation.
was. He did timeless Christmas stuff and
I've got
patriotic
a huge
stuff.
book of his
right?
art downstairs.
But what I'm saying though
Remember
is
what it should
modern
look like
art,
if he did porn? That would have been kind of fucking awesome, right?
modern art was the death of art.
yes.
You know, like when you can just like draw a single straight red line on a white canvas and call that art, there is no art anymore. You know, it's a celebration of the ugly. So F all
which
that
I'm
shit.
pretty
I
sick
don't
of too.
care.
I mean,
And while I would not want to be mean to my bro, John, you know, I love the basic expert to death. Tenkar, I don't give a shit about, but I don't know anything about him. So that's why.
No, he's a
It's
nice
not
guy.
like
he's
no, I
actually an old friend of mine.
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah.
dude. He's
I've known Tank for a few years. He's a good guy.
Okay. Yeah. See, I
Now,
have
Greyhawk
no thanks for
Grodnard
him.
was a buddy of
Somebody's
mine, and we're
good
still
dude,
friends on
I know
Facebook,
him.
but he decided he wasn't like myself and fucking Mr. Welch weren't cool enough to do our panel shows anymore. And so then he started hanging out with everybody else. It's like there's this thing I can't stand in the YouTube community is that when someone gets to a certain point of subscribers, they just sort of like decide they're in another class all of a sudden and they don't That's why I like Mr. Welch. That's why I like Tex from Black Pants Legion. They'll happily work with smaller creators, because they remember when they were smaller creators.
Right. I'm actually the award show that we always do. We're focusing on the littlest of the little guys that we all know that are regulars, that have their own little channels that deserve way more attention. It was done for me when I started. Jackie and I agreed we're gonna talk about not gonna say who,
Okay.
but the little guys who the unsung heroes, the people who still do it for the love and not for the delusions of grandeur or anything like that.
So it's not going to be me then.
Or me. Maybe Doc.
I'm not
I
saying.
guess we can just get F'd in the A there.
Wait, I missed something. What did I do?
James and Bear, you've already won an award. Let somebody else.
Well, what award did we win? What award did I win?
I think you both have won. Well, you see, that's how I know you don't watch the show. At least one of you or both
Oldest
of you
Canadian.
won the most interesting YouTuber award, at least.
I like this Surly Canadian award. I want to hear more about this.
The surly Canadian. Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
See, the thing with James L is we all like him, but the thing you have to remember is
He's
is
Australian.
a group hallucination.
Well, because
He
he's
claims
from
to
the
come
place.
from this place called Australia.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
And we all know that place don't exist. So
Definitely doesn't
he's
exist.
either James O is either some sort of government psyop or we're all high.
Wasn't that like one of
Well,
the
Bob?
placed one of the tribes in like the John Carter movies or books or something? Australia. It was something like that.
Exactly, James.
Edgar Rice Burroughs
Men
made
in
that
sheds.
Versus men with ring lights.
Canadian tuxedo. I wonder when he says men in sheds are more authentic if he's talking about my favorite dude, Ted Kaczynski.
No, he's talking about like people like me, I guess, or how we used to do it at our dinner table, versus men with ring lights and all the girly stuff.
Hold on, though.
Huh.
Don't jump in there, though, because, I mean, Ted Kaczynski did live in a shed, and he was pretty based, really, when you get
Okay,
down.
Ted Kaczynski didn't live in a shed. He lived in a shack. There's a difference.
Okay.
It was not the Love Shack.
No, it really wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think it was a love shack.
I don't think he got any love, and that was part of his problem.
No, that wasn't part of his
Part of
problem.
his problem is they filled his head with like massive amounts of LSD and drove him crazy.
That dude won a medal. He's probably one of the top 10 mathematicians in the history.
Yeah,
of
he
our
was
country.
utterly brilliant. He was utterly brilliant.
I didn't go deep diving on him, so I don't know. I'll take you guys' word for it because I don't want to end up on that list.
Genius.
Well, if you look up Leeds medal for mathematics and physics, you'll see there's probably been, I don't know, 25 people ever win it. Maybe. It's like one of the highest awards anybody can ever win for, theoretical mathematics and stuff.
Yeah, they sometimes go decades without awarding it just because
Hey, really
nobody's.
quick, Shadow. What Real Awards show do, by the way, just in case you're wondering, when someone's nominated, they get an email saying, "Hey, you've been nominated for an award. You might want to check out the show or attend." That's what they do, so that way people know they're nominated. So I apologize for not being deep in the weeds on your channel. My bad.
I don't know. I watch Shadow's channel quite a bit.
I watch. I don't just watch. I don't watch everything because sometimes I don't give a fuck. I'm like, this topic is of no interest to me. I'm not going to watch it. And I expect the same from anyone watching my shit. If the topic I'm doing doesn't interest you, don't watch. I'm not going to be offended.
Well, I watch. I see what you guys are doing.
I'm totally different in that respect. I have multiple devices, and I will.
You also don't have a job, Shadow. You don't have a job. Your fucking week is like looking for shit to fill up the hours.
James L., do you like when old crusty Americans are like building models?
Yeah, he's a regular over at Fritz's channel. That's actually, I think, how I met him.
And he used a 3D printer for that. He didn't like carve that out of a lump of plastic.
Didn't
so
carve
he
that out of the wood himself by hand.
Actually, I bought this because it was a I bought this months ago, but it just released on the 20th. So I got it.
Did you grow the tree that you carved that model from? No. Well, then you're a fucking fraud. Real artists carve their own trees. Like Jesus, grow them from the ground up.
Because Shadow, this is what I wanted to
not
talk
about
to
farming.
Shadow about. Shadow, guess
Ooh.
which game Games Workshop makes that just got a whole new phase of brand new models.
What is that? I can't see.
This is a glaive, which
Okay.
is a super heavy tank.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Legions Imperialis. They got
Okay.
a whole new wave, and there's another wave coming.
Back.
I'm still pissed off though because they haven't released Primarchs yet. So, you know. Oh, good boy. What a good
No,
boy.
no. I do not do that, Saxius. My device is for other things. I'm just glad you didn't equate them to some other kind of device.
Because that shit takes. Sometimes you order stuff from Etsy, and I swear it takes them 6 months to get it to you. And sometimes you order something from Etsy, and they'll have that shit to you in a week.
Well, in
Yeah.
Etsy, you're basically dealing with. It's not like with Amazon. You're dealing specifically with individual people, so you're going to get.
Well, I
wildly
found the
various-
store.
I just got my Magic Warpath, James. I just got it in the mail, but I got no one to play it with, so it's going to sit under the table because I started.
You got a son?
Yeah. You know, the fact that he's now going to be running a D&D campaign, I'm leaving him to that. I couldn't be happier. You know, it's going to be the weirdest D&D campaign ever because all the characters are going to be bugs, except for one character who's a jellyfish.
Okay, then.
What?
So basically, has Jackie been reading Kafka? I mean, like you were all
No, he's just
one
you
day
know how kids go through that phase where they're all into bugs.
you were
So
all
he's
bugs.
wanting to play a Bug's Life, but somebody wanted to play a jellyfish in it.
Right. Sort of.
Okay.
It's actually from a video game called Hollow Knight. And all the characters.
Oh, okay.
That's his like favoriteest thing in the world is that game and that lore and all that's his thing, Okay,
Too bad.
cool.
I would rather be an ant fighting a grasshopper.
I think that's like being a furry with extra steps.
What? Nobody likes a Bug's Life? Come on.
No,
Oh,
actually,
prefer
wait, I
ant.
might have liked A Bug's Life. Is that the one that had Stallone in it?
I don't
And
know.
Woody Allen wasn't Woody Allen in that too? Or am I thinking
Well, that
something?
was
Is that
Ant.
Bug's Life or Ants?
Yeah,
I think you
get
might
the-
be thinking of ants.
Yeah, I think so too.
Bug's Life was the Disney, Pixar.
That was
one.
the Jerry Seinfeld one, Bugs Life. I
Oh
think.
no,
I thought that
I
was
like
that was
Ants,
No.
the B movie.
Oh,
the
right.
remake.
Okay. I'm mixing up my.
Don't ask me how I know because
There were entirely too many of those, apparently.
yeah,
It's a bee movie where a human woman starts having emotional feelings for a bee.
Oh God.
The great ants versus terminids. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have recently finished playing Five Hearts Under One Roof Part 2. My waifu is still my waifu. My record is defended.
Nice.
Except in this one, I got to take her virginity in addition to marrying her. So that was good. And then I've been playing Ark, and I've been going out of my way to breed mutant Argentosauruses Argentotavia, which are the gigantic vulture-looking eagles. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I mean, I didn't intend to get the Korean game, but then I watched Asmongold playing it, and he seemed like he was having a lot of fun. So I decided I'd
I
do
played it a little bit. I need to keep playing it. I haven't gotten very far in it.
Yeah, didn't you like put some shit in and end up married to the doctor like 5
I felt
minutes into the game?
5 minutes of the game, I romanced the doctor, and it's just over with. Like she
It's
kisses
like,
you, and it ended.
congratulations, you married the doctor.
I didn't marry her. I just got a kiss, and then it's over with. I'm like, oh, okay then.
well, it's time to hit the
What's
reset
weird
button.
about
isn't it?
this game? You can end up like if you're extra nice to Gomao Suk, you end up like with her 10 minutes into the game and then the game's over.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute. The last game, you had to work your ass off if you wanted any of these women to look at you. This
Yeah.
game, they're literally just throwing themselves at you. It's like,
Yeah.
this is a little contentious. I did learn something new today. If you're ever on vacation to the Philippines and you're hanging out with a little Filipino woman and she asks you if you want to go to the beach to catch mussels, that's Filipina code for do you want to go have sex?
Yes, it is.
Okay then.
Not that I'm ever going to the Philippines, but if you guys ever do, and a chick says you want to go get mussels, see me, I was thinking, why didn't they say, hey, do you want to go get some bearded clams? But apparently mussels.
The plausible deniability drops way down at that point.
So what else do I got to say? I've got a miniature here that Shadow will not like, but the rest of you might. I need to do the highlights on him, but it's basically Schwarzenegger from the movie.
Oh,
And by
that's fine.
basically, I mean it looks just like Arnold Schwarzenegger from the movie.
well,
No, why won't Shadow like it? What's your issue with that, Shadow?
Oh, Shadow's
that's
a
what
hit.
I'm working on there, James.
An Oni?
I don't know what that is. Oni Warlord?
Yep.
What, are you going to play like L5R?
No, it's for Shadows of Brimstone.
Oh, okay.
They've got a like an L5R.
No, that's the old West game where you got all the crazy
But they
shit.
do have a full feudal Japan expansion, and I've got literally everything for it. So I had to get this because he's carrying this giant cage full of
Yeah,
people.
right. You see what Saxius wrote? It's like he follows the Filipino girl. She takes him to a room, and he's like, "Wait a minute, we're not going to be able to catch him."
I thought we were getting mussels.
Like, I've been lied to. But, yeah. Apparently, the mussel is her vagina, and she wants you to catch it.
Yeah.
As long as that's all you're catching and not something else that you need penicillin for, I'd be down with that.
You think penicillin does shit these days? Come on, man.
Right? You know, it's the first thing I could think of.
It's like the shit you get now, penicillin. Like, if you
Won't help
inject
at
yourself
all.
with penicillin, it'll try to ooze out of your skin to get away from the shit you get now.
Yeah, I'm just not a Bear. You were asking. I'm not a. No longer am I a Schwarzenegger fan, and I hated the Conan movie
Why are you no
Yeah,
longer
that's
a Schwarzenegger
because
fan?
you
What
are
happened?
lame.
because he lived here and ruined my
With all
state.
love and everything, he was the governor.
Yeah,
And he's badass too. When the View had him on, he basically called him a bunch of cackling wenches. That was
Yeah.
great.
yeah. I think he's trying to rebrand himself after that. Fuck your freedom.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Europeans are weird, man. It was like when the Koof thing happened, almost every European was like, F freedom. Everyone's got to wear masks or go to prison. Meanwhile, down here in Florida, we were like,
Oh, it was night and day. I was traveling back and forth regularly during that between Florida and New Jersey. Oh my God. It was like down here, everything was perfectly normal. As soon as you go up there, it's like this weird, like fucking Charlton Heston plague film.
you got some Karen screaming at you about how you're going to kill her grandma or some shit. And it's just like,
I'd be like, no. Where does she live?
it's like, what?
Let me see if she's on my list. What's her name and last four of her social?
Thanks for bringing that up, right? You know, I mean, like in every one of the Anglosphere nations, people just went nuts. That was the cause of the breakdown between Pundit and Grimm, who now has showed himself just to be a complete douchebag.
He is such a piece of shit human being, that guy.
He is a piece of shit.
Oh my
But
God.
way back in the day, before
Worthless
we all
person.
knew he was a piece of shit, him and Pundit's fallout was because Grimm was like, everyone should be forced to wear masks and get the jab. And Pundit was like, "Nah, I don't think so." And that was
The
enough.
moment you put RPG Pundit in the position of being the sane, rational, decent person, you have gone so far beyond the pale.
Yeah, it's like
What Grim
Is that
do
the new
now?
metric now?
I want to know what Grim did now. What happened with Grim?
Fuck that guy.
Grim came out against Double D talking a bunch of shit. Didn't work out for him. Since, Grim gets like 50 views a month and Double D gets like 200 viewers every time he live streams. So Double D just ate him live. And he deserved it.
Yeah, well, he's a scumbag.
Because he's being a scumbag. Yeah, he's just being a douche. And
He
it's like,
felt like
Grim,
that
just-
Zach Sabbath gang. Like that's the feeling he always gave me, was that D&D with porn stars people.
Oh yeah,
he would have been a
I don't want
hanger
to talk
of
about the guy.
fun.
It just fuck that guy and the.
All
In
right,
all
well, fuck
actuality,
that guy
Bear,
and the
he
kooky cowboy
would have
hat he
been a
rode in
hanger of
on.
fun.
Got it.
Yeah.
He never would have been invited to the Zach game, but he would have like orbited. And he tried to do his own like weird porn thing, which is why I've said multiple times to everybody that will or won't listen. The problem with that guy is he mistakes depravity for liberty. So he thinks the fact that he can shoot porn makes him free, but he's okay with the fact that you have to have a license for every other thing in his government. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you can be gay and shoot porn, everything's okay with him. And it's like, dude, I think you're misunderstanding how freedom works.
Well, freedom's just
like-
another word for nothing left to lose, man.
And nothing. I mean, nothing.
And
Yeah.
freedom don't cost nothing, but it ain't free. Yeah,
Yeah.
freedom just another word for nothing left to lose, and nothing left was good enough for me. Good enough for me.
Yeah.
Bobby McGee.
But the thing you're getting wrong is this: we know
I
how
don't
much
care.
freedom cost.
That's how much I don't care, though. I don't give a
It cost
flying.
$1.05.
Freedom just $1.25.
Yeah. What would you do for freedom? Right. Freedom costs $1.05.
America.
Team
if
America.
yeah.
That shit is so great.
I'll be right back. Hang on.
But no, that's kind of his issue. It's like he would get mad if you tried to do anything that could be considered like moral. But at the same time, he will argue that the government should be able to lock you in your house and take away all your shit and, all that. And it's just like, dude, your concept of freedom and stuff is really, really weird, Like it's pretty strange, but
Sounds like he needs Kingsmas.
he
He
needs
needs
something.
Crom.
And here's the thing too, is I used to defend him so hard, man, when like everyone was attacking him nonstop for stupid shit he had written here and there. I was like totally like defending him, saying, hey, it's freedom of speech, man. Right? Stop trying to have him thrown in prison and shit, you idiots. And then he comes out with the if the government tells you got to do something, you got to do it bullshit. And I'm like, well, fuck that guy then. Just goes to prove what I've always thought. Americans are the chosen people. And to a lesser degree, Canadians, because they're near us.
Oh no, it looks like we're losing that chosen people status.
Everybody always says that. We'll get it back. Don't worry.
Hopefully, I hope.
Yeah.
It's just part of the culture. We just need a good dust up every 100 years or so.
Careful
That
what you
I
wish
think
for.
is a fact. I think every couple hundred years we need to just sort some shit out
Tree of Liberty and all that.
and then move on with our lives, after that. But yeah, man. And now you've got like so many countries that want to throw Dr. Fauci in prison. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that man is evil on ice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of them,
Yep.
But it goes to show how quick a lot of people will immediately just do whatever they're told to do.
Yeah, and he was like the hero for the longest while. They made a freaking action figure of this asshole.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like people were saying
Absolutely
prayers before
mind-blowing.
they went to bed at night. Dear Fauci, please look out over me and my
fuck, you're
family.
kidding, right?
No,
Wow.
It really
I-
wouldn't
I-
surprise me.
Just when I thought I was going to stop rooting for the comet or the asteroid.
that's what I'm saying, man. Sometimes I'm sitting around and I'm thinking, we deserve it, really. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Like-
know how to pick him on that side of the fence. Remember the porn lawyer guy that sued Trump that they were going to
that
he's
they were
going to be our
talking
next
about having
president.
him run for president.
Yeah, then all of a sudden,
Not
like,
really
he did what? Oh,
You're
Yeah.
right,
can't
Actually,
talk about him anymore.
No one can find your country on a map, James L., because your country don't exist.
Selling
Your
to
country
Australia.
was made up by the serpent people to trick the world into thinking that there was some other continent down there,
Yeah.
and to make us like, it's kind of like sleight of hand. The serpent people were like, hey, Australia, 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 and made up all these weird animals that couldn't possibly exist. Because that way, as long as you're looking that way, you're not looking at the real shit going on over here, which is Thuria, where the serpent people actually are. See, it all makes sense.
If you try to go to Australia, you just fall off the edge of the earth.
Well, not necessarily. If you go to Australia, you'll just be out in the middle of the ocean forever until you eventually get to Antarctica. And if you sail around Antarctica enough, you might find a gate in the wall of ice. And if you go through it, then you'll end up in a whole nother realm that's ruled over by Cthulhu. And you'll probably die if you don't leave. It's kind of like if you go to, if you're in space and you look down at the North Pole, you'll see a hole there. And the hole leads to Lemuria. Or not Lemuria, Hyperborea.
It's always back to Hyperborea with you.
Everything always ends up back with Hyperborea. That's true. I can't help it. It's just the way it is. Also, if you're a really good submarine guy, you can go in the ice caves under Antarctica, and if you follow them deep enough, it leads into the inner Earth, where Agartha is, and like everyone there is basically Hyperborean, so they're very tall and blonde and long-lived, and they serve a being they call the Master, who may or may not be plotting to destroy all of surface life at some point.
You
See,
see,
all
and
this
some
shit's
people
crazy,
think
doesn't
they've
it?
been to Australia, but what actually happens is they just put you all on a plane and they gas you and show you some like crazy movie,
Mhm.
and then they eventually bring you back and like, oh, did you stamp your passport? Yeah. There you go. Did you enjoy your time in Down Under? Oh, yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah, it's like people buy vacations
zoo
to
was
go to
crazy,
Australia,
man.
but where they actually go is Chile. Like way up in the mountains of Chile or something, and everybody's like, this is Australia, and then you're like, what? And then you go home and you're like, yeah, Australia is totally different than I thought it was. But okay. David Icke. I have not read anything by David Icke, but I have a tendency to support David Icke only because a lot of idiots hate him. So in that way, I guess me and Bear have something in common which is I support a guy 100% because other people don't. You know what I mean?
I can get behind that. I think I just talked about that.
Right. And serpent people have been talked about forever. And some people have even gone so far as to say that the Anunnaki may have been serpent people. You know, this is not new shit, guys. We're not talking about anything new here. So. Right. You know what, though, James? At this point, I just don't even know, because it's like all the craziest shit that we hear about ends up being true. So I'm like,
Yeah, just talk about Alex Jones and how the frogs are turning gay.
right.
People thought
Everybody's
that was crazy, and then it turned into true.
yeah, everybody's like, oh, that's crazy. Can you believe this crazy guy is screaming about gay frogs? Turns out it's true. Like,
I wanted
wait,
to
what?
get an old surplus, like 55-gallon drum, and like put like stencils on it, like U.S. government frog gay nation. Put some
Actually, my
glow-in-the-dark
niece
shit in it and leave
who
it on the
got her
highway.
master's degree, my niece got a master's degree in like dirt and chemistry and shit like that, like
Dirt?
farming. And when I mentioned the gay frog, she told me the exact chemical agent that does it, and she's super liberal. But she's like, oh, it turns out that is true. It's like, what? Okay, well,
You know, atrazine or something like that.
yeah, it's something like that. Now, according to Conan, serpent people could either change their form to look like humans or have a mental ability that made you think they were humans, even though they weren't. In
Yeah,
Lovecraft,
that was all in Cull.
yeah, in Lovecraft, well, it was Conan in one of the comic books. He fights serpent.
Well, the comic books ain't canon, so
Hey, shut up! They are. Anyway, I love you. Sorry, I don't mean to be mean.
yeah.
You just caught me at a
I'm
weird
a
place
Howard
in my life.
purist. Can't help it.
You are a tourist. You caught me at a weird place in my life.
No,
Anyway,
I said a
um,
purist.
no, you're not purist. There's nothing pure about you.
I said a Howard purist
In Lovecraft,
and a free speech purist.
who of course got the lizard people from wherever he got them from, they couldn't actually change their physical forms, but they had a magic ability that basically an illusion where they looked human. But there was an artifact that a guy found in one of the Lovecraft stories, and if you wore
The
the
Elder Sign.
necklace around your neck, you could see through their illusion. But of course,
The
the
Elder
guy had
Sign?
to pretend like he couldn't see through the illusion, otherwise they'd kill him.
Yeah, like They Live.
Exactly like They Live, except with serpent people. And then in
Well,
the
they
end,
could have been They could have been highly evolved serpent people. I
and
don't know
in
what the
the
hell they
end, the
were.
guy in Lovecraft that dug that medallion up, he had to go to the middle of the desert and do some stuff, which put an end to whatever kind of bullshit the serpent people were trying to get into.
And there
And,
was the magical tongue twister that the serpent people couldn't say in Cull.
Yeah.
There was some like weird phrase they couldn't pronounce.
Yeah, or if you pronounced it, or if you said it, it would like reveal them.
Bear's so
Yeah,
confused.
yeah,
He's
there
like,
is
"What-
there
what
is
this? What happened?"
magic that will reveal the serpent people. That's true. That is true. That's true in R.E. Howard. That's true in Lovecraft. That's true in Clark Ashton Smith. And that's especially true in Hyperborea. But the serpent people in Hyperborea, they live underground in dungeons, and they're really high tech. And they spend most of their time working on alchemy and shit because they're trying to figure out a way to make a toxin so deadly it will kill all the mammals.
Yeah, that they happen to need to eat, so that's kind of stupid.
Nah, they can eat lizards, man. Remember, on the Realm of Hyperborea, a lot of dinosaurs still exist, especially the smaller ones, like the little velociraptors and shit. They're still there.
That sounds like
So-
cannibalism. I wouldn't go eating monkeys.
Me neither, but I'm not a serpent either. I mean, they
What's
already.
that phrase again? Let's
Other.
find out.
I don't eat anything with thumbs. That's my phrase. And if you invite me to go fishing for mussels, we better be going to the beach to fish for mussels. Anyway, though, poor bear.
I just.
But
my
these,
sister called,
yeah, these serpent people, they're
Talking to my
under there
family.
doing their thing,
came back to lizard people.
just under there doing their thing. Well, what I love is like everybody's like acting like it's not even possible, and it's like, well, why though? Why isn't it even possible? It could be possible. You don't know. You guys all just decide to ignore me.
Well, you're
I
getting
don't know
all,
what to say
you're getting
about
all,
that.
you're getting all Alex Jones on
Philosoph-
us, and we're like,
I was going to say philosophical on us.
Well,
That's a
getting
word
all
for it.
Alex Jones, but Alex Jones has been right like every time. Well, at least more often than not. So calm down with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he used to scare Jackie. I would listen to Alex Jones at the dinner table, and Alex would start going into his, his demon voice, and Jackie would like run out of the room.
Yeah, this occurs to me to be bad parenting,
Jesus Christ.
not really having anything to do with Alex Jones. It'd be like if I had a little kid and I'm like, all right, let's all sit down and watch The Exorcist. No,
And then and to make things worse, I actually I sent a link to Alex Jones to my 90-year-old aunt.
were you trying to kill her?
No, she's the only relative I've got left. I just talked to her this afternoon. She's doing
But you
great.
were trying to pull like a Lobo thing and just make sure anyone related to you was exterminated.
I could just wait another couple of years,
Got
you
it.
know.
Got it, You figured creating a plague that would just kill all the Shadowans was
The Shadites.
too difficult. You just scare them to death with Alex Jones. Actually, Shadowan is a name in my family lineage on my maternal side. I have no idea where it's from, what it means, or anything, but there was somebody in my family.
That means
what point?
we that means that I might be your great grandpa.
It's possible. Because somebody in my family was named Shadowan. And then directly after the Shadowan was Constantine McKee. So someone else in my family was named Constantine. Which I'm not going to lie. That's badass. I'm like super cool with that. Constantine, that's a great name.
Yep.
You think Alex Jones is working for the people he complains about? It could be either way, James, because on the one hand, maybe he is like this weird guy who knows a lot of crazy shit. Or on the other hand, if he is this weird guy that knows a bunch of crazy shit, why haven't they killed him yet? Because apparently if you know too much shit, somebody kills you, right?
It's fine.
I mean, didn't some lady who knew too much about some shit magically get hit by a bus while in the outback of Australia? Now think of all the weird shit there.
Gouffre. What's her?
She got hit by a bus that
Yeah.
no one knows who was driving in the middle of nowhere on a continent that doesn't even
Virginia
exist.
Gouffre.
It's like, how is any of this possible? Right? None of it's possible. So, yeah. Anyway, I am gluing my gunners on. They're about the size of half a grain of rice, so everybody wish me luck. Ooh, nice. See, you can't. You can barely see on the top of the tank. Got a couple of hatches open. Got some Marines hanging out with some heavy bolters, giving them hell, boy. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh man, this is such a cool tank. I am maybe in love. Okay, so sponson mounted weapons. I could go with laser destroyers, quad heavy bolters, or quad lasers. I mean, laser destroyer sounds meaner.
Laser destroyer.
But since it's already got a felt,
Wasn't that like Sarah Thundel's like third album?
Who?
Yeah, you never heard
Yeah,
of him.
Miss Guffrey. Well, I mean,
The Minster Band.
I saw a thing the other day where like somebody was trying to say that the gay Mexican Nazi was a government agent, and he was like, his response is, "They took away my ability to bank for 10 years. I don't think I'm a government agent." Because apparently at some point all the banks made it where he couldn't have bank accounts. Armored Clash. No, see, what Shadow would go nuts over is nothing. He paints miniatures, but then he never uses them. Which honestly,
Is that a band, or is that like a metal band?
You know, been there, done that. So except I've started just getting rid of all the shit I don't use anymore. But let's see. I think I'll go quad bolters because it's already got like a super good AT weapon. So since it's already got a really good anti-tank weapon, let's throw some anti-infantry shit on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Take out some light targets without wasting the accelerator cannon. That makes sense in my mind. So tomorrow we may or may not be playing Hyperborea.
Yeah, I don't know about my gaming status tomorrow either.
Yeah,
playing,
it's kind of
Savage
like
Swords
just what is
tonight.
everybody up to, you know?
Well,
Running
I'll
Savage Swords in about 2 hours with Omen and Off Grid and.
last time I talked to my DM, he was also with his
Oh.
family, which means he's not home.
Yeah. Omen and Upgrade with 2 Ds for a double dose of that pimp action.
Upgrade.
Yeah, Upgrade. You see, the first thing you need to realize, gentlemen, is a pimp's love is very different than the love of a square. The thing that cracks me up the most, well, okay, no. One thing I found very interesting about that movie is the guy who wrote the movie. When he's in his uniform, his combat patch is the same as my combat patch, 24th Infantry. I'm like, damn, this dude was in my unit, maybe my division. Good thing I didn't get picked. I would have been a true force of chaos in the far future.
You're a true force of chaos in the present, sir.
Yeah, but if I ever get to play Hyperborea Bear, I've decided I'm going to play a lawful evil paladin devoted to like the god of murder or something. And then use miniatures. I'm going to use this medieval pinhead miniature for my character. And that'll be my whole thing, you know. I mean, I'll abide by laws and everything, but I will bring judgment to the guilty. And their pain will be legendary, even in hell.
They're suffering.
Yeah, suffering. That's even better.
So, Shadow, I seen that you liked my memes.
Yes, I did.
Uh-oh.
He's got an idea for probably one of his players and one of his games sometime.
Well, I like the
Yes.
one meme somebody did, and it's like,
Yeah, the bartender or the barmaid, excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hysterical.
I like the when you bring the wrong character to the D&D game, and it just shows like a Blood Angel Space Marine just crushing orcs in his bare hands.
That is funny.
And it's like the battle in Lord of the Rings when they're fighting the orcs, and you just got this Blood Angel Space Marine in the middle of the bit mix, just tearing.
I just saw the meme of you as a wrestler going Hyperborea.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to be like Randy Savage.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Hey,
There's a game. Tell you, oh yeah, gonna dig it.
that's right. I mean, you don't want to be, you don't want to be a sissy boy,
Floating around Saturn.
right? Ajin Tasagawa playing a. You know what? For somebody who says they're a purist Conan guy, it's odd that I'm the one playing the game that's closest related to Conan,
Because you haven't read Savage Swords, that's why.
and he's playing a game about bunnies and burrows.
No, Barrows in Borderlands. Get it right, man.
Man, get it right. You
The
know,
Savage Swords is more Conan than Hyperborea. Hyperborea is more Lovecraft.
Yeah, you fuckers. You don't know shit about the freaking Conan. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Just kiss already, you two.
no, that's
Never-
No.
it's gay if you kiss.
No.
I mean, pretty much everything else is okay, but if you kiss, that's gay. Anyway,
bitch.
right. You know, a little Viking love, that's one thing, but I mean, you're gonna get romantic about it.
You better.
I love that song. When I say I love you, you say you better. Anywho,
You better.
I don't know. I want to explore this a little bit more though. Like when you say
What?
Savage Sword is more like actual R.E. Howard, I mean, does it have all of the R.E. Howard like gods and weird shit in it?
Robert E. Howard didn't have that many gods. That's comic book shit. There really
No.
wasn't that much in it.
Mithras, Crom, Set.
Okay, right. It has those guys or the equivalent. But when you start talking
the,
like
the weird god that the
Listen, I hate to be the guy to break it to you, but Crom laughs at your four wins.
yeah, that weird god that the Hyrcanians worship, that was like a giant spider. Oh, there were tons of gods, man. The Picts had tons of different.
no, I meant the weird ones. The Lovecraftian esque ones are more Lovecraft than and Ashton Smith.
Yeah, you're not Lovecraft enough with your Hyperborea. You gotta be
Yeah,
more
I'm kind of
Lovecraft.
burnt on Lovecraft.
You fucking casual. Mm.
Well, how about Yogg?
There might be something like that there's you got to realize right off the bat there's not as many Conan stories as you think.
I know, I own them all.
Most of them are Lynn Carter or L. Sprague de Camp stories.
Well,
As opposed-
Sprague de Camp did a good job of effing up shit R.E. Howard wrote.
Yeah, so did Lynn Carter.
Yeah,
But
I'm
the
not a
comic
fan
book,
of
man,
either of theirs.
The
Yeah.
comic books were the best.
The
I
comic
like
books are great.
the Robert Jordan pastiches. I like a lot, actually. He really captured the feel of it.
Oh yeah, the comics where it's like Steve Buscema and
Bernie
Ernie
Wrightson and Barry Windsor Smith, who only did a few. I've got like almost everything Conan related except a couple of the games, and I just went through the Gnome Press books, which are the original.
Yeah,
The oldest Conan, the closest to like Robert E. Howard, because there was a little Lynn Carter in there because they were put out after he perished. It's the closest, and it's not what like the comic books and the magazines really like went off and did some crazy shit because they were trying to keep it alive and make money because they couldn't just keep reprinting the same like 30 stories.
Because I was born to be alive.
I was born to be alive.
Yeah, I went with the shit ton of bolters on that side sponson. There she is.
Oh my god, this was a pain in the ass to put together.
I don't know, Shadow. I think one of these days when we meet, I'm going to have to just draw a circle on the ground, and we're going to have it out until one of us gives up and agrees that the other one is more into Conan.
Make the circle in salt so he can't escape.
Well, I got to wait till he's on the inside of it first.
Yeah, good luck with that, old man.
Well, that's easy. That's the easy part, man. You just throw some ladyboy porn down in the middle of that circle.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Make sure it's really obscure clam, oyster, mussel digging ladyboy porn from the Philippines.
Oh my God, you guys are terrible. But
yeah, we're the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You might be a bigger fan, but I'm more of a, like I said, a purist. I like the original stuff, and like everything else. Like I'm getting ready to give away my L. Sprague de Camp books.
We have a name for that. It's called hipster.
Yeah, I know. And like I'm alone in that regard here.
You're not. I'm a
I
hipster when it comes to music, except Nickelback and Bryan Adams. I love them. You know who else I like a lot? Chevelle. Never heard of them? They're pretty underground. They do a song called The Red. I love that song.
I just had to put together this Oriental cage that this demon Oni is carrying around. Oh my god! As much as because like they actually
excuse me, sir. We use the term Asian now. It's an Asian cage.
This is an Oriental item. It's not a person.
Stop being a racist.
It's not a person. Even though it's filled with people, it's not a person. It's a thing.
Excuse me, sir. Again, Asian. Thank you.
I hate the fact that I have to agree with Bear when he's pretending to be like some kind of weird lefty, but the Orient would be.
What is he pretending?
There's nothing wrong with the word Orient anymore. If you're not equally offended by Occident, then I don't want to hear it.
No, but I mean,
it's all literally it is that half of the world.
It's
all it's. Yeah, that's part
because
of it.
It's not. It's a fantasy setting based on an amalgamation of China and Japan. So it's I can't
Yeah, you have the Orient, and then you have West and East Asia. Kind of like in Europe, you've got West and East Europe. But the Orient or the Near East, that would be like Byzantium or the Ottoman Empire when they took over. Piss heads.
Oh, I got to put his arm together to carry the damn thing. Okay.
I mean, and this ain't even like a new thing. This is the shit the Greeks were talking about. I don't know how the calling Asians Orientals came into being, because the Orient Express goes from like Paris to Istanbul. You know what I mean?
No, it goes all the way up to Siberia. It goes almost entirely across Asia.
Well, Siberia would be East Asia. That's true. Well, except for the part that's Central Asia, near the Altai Mountains. And just because apparently there's a group of Siberian women that do like music, and they're all hot as hell. I didn't know Siberian women could be so hot. Orient means east. In Greek, I don't know.
Fucking racist Greek.
I mean, in German, Ost is east. But yeah.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
But anyway, long story short,
Bless
I was
you.
agreeing with.
Hey, Doc, you notice how the one non-Christian is the guy blessing you when you sneeze, and the two Christians
I
that
did
always
say
fucking
bless
pontificate
them.
about how fucking holy they are? They never say shit.
Hey,
No, you didn't. You said anyway. That's what you said. I didn't hear blessing.
You know what?
Anywhere, so.
your blessings don't count anyway.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, how can the blessings of somebody who doesn't have the
Believe.
authority to bless, man?
And to be fair, do you really want my blessing there, Doc?
and to be fair, I believe in lots of things. I just don't believe in churches. There's a difference.
They're a real
boys.
thing, like gazebos.
Oh, I believe that they exist. I just have no belief in them.
Yeah, I don't believe in churches. Well, I got some bad news for you. I can show you up.
Look, a church.
I bet
live
it's
a
in
city called the City
Australia.
of 1,000 peoples. I'm pretty sure there are fucking churches.
To orient
I used to
yourself
be,
is to
in
align
the choir.
yourself with the rising sun. Okay, I'll buy that for $1. All right.
So, Doc, should I do a music show tonight just to get this taste out of my
Yeah,
mouth?
why
You can do that. I'll be like doing floors and stuff. Damn. Wonder if I can talk my wife into playing this character.
Well, Bear does have a song about floors you'd probably enjoy.
I'll tell you what. This barbarian is thicker than a whole bowl of oat milk.
Yeah.
That's a thick freaking barbarian right there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, damn, that barbarian dummy thick. Anyway, I got excited about my barbarian. She's very
over
thick.
a miniature. Now you know how your wife feels.
I saw some. Where did I see it? It was. I assumed it was somebody's AI art. It wasn't on Discord though. It was. It was like done like a Playboy calendar, but of barbarian chicks, and they had like the bikini line, but that was like the only skin that wasn't like horribly covered in scar tissue and shit.
Well, I mean, Bear did that awesome, like do up of Sydney Sweeney as Power Girl.
I didn't do that. I
Oh
found
well,
it.
regardless, it was awesome. Whether you found it or made it or whatever, it was awesome. And then someone else
I shared
did.
it with you.
We all know about Elf on a Shelf, but how about? And it was Sydney Sweeney sitting on a giant hot dog. Sweeney on a weenie. I thought that was kind of hilarious. And then somewhere on my Elf on a Shelf, I've got a picture, and it's like this little black kid, and he's got like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh sitting on a shelf with her.
That is a racist name for a tiger.
Oh,
That is super racist. The only thing I know of that's more racist is a picture from Disney where the man and the woman are dark-skinned, like Arabic-looking people, and they're dressed up like Aladdin and the princess. And the man has a little black baby on his shoulders, dressed up like a boob, got the little hat and everything. It's just like, somebody took that picture? Get the fuck out of here. No one thought, well, did you dress that little black baby up like a monkey? Because that's kind of terrible, you know? Like, I mean, I don't mind a little racism for fun, but that's crossing lines. You know what I'm saying? I like this one guy on YouTube. He does these. There's this black lady, and she does like a TikTok where she's like, name one thing a white person can do that a black person can't do. And like the
Send a Father's Day card.
The guy walks in and he's like, Dad, I'm home.
Pronounce the word ass.
Oh man. I mean, that one TikTok that poor
Is that
lady
Bar
made,
None? Are you talking about Bar None?
there's like a billion responses to it. It's like one of them shows a guy just changing the battery in a smoke detector. It's like, what the fuck? But you know what? I guarantee you, most of the brothers who watch that, they laugh too. They're like, fucking Whitey. We all know you don't wash your legs in the shower, and you smell like dogs when you get wet.
It's just skull measurers. My dad was one of those guys. So, yeah, I know what you mean.
Casual racism is whatever, but I draw the line at the skull measurers. So, no shit. If somebody runs up to you with calipers and starts measuring your skull, you gotta be like, wait a minute here.
Spoken like someone with the head of a coachman.
Well, the problem for me is apparently, according to those guys,
That's
a lot of
good,
their
that's good.
subhumans. So we're not real high up on their list of favorite people.
Thank you for coming in for the job interview. Please hold still.
You know, since I'm mostly German, that's good. I'm in the shade there, but that Slavic bit, they're not fans of. So I'm screwed. Ugh. Oh, another thing I watched last night on Asmongold, the funniest shit ever. It's minority people that finally get their DNA tests back, and they're like, please don't make me white. And then they open it, and they're like, I'm 75% European. And the guy's just like, I thought I was Mexican. And it's like, you fucking idiot. How can these people be so dumb? You know?
Like Don Cheadle?
Right. He's all like mad, and it turns out he's related to slaves.
Oh, the
settlers.
LeVar Burton one was hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what that
He
would do.
was crestfallen.
Irish people aren't white. I thought they were.
Yeah, we are white, but we're white N-word.
Oh, well, you know. I know a lot of those guys. I used to hang out and shoot hoops with them when I was a kid. They're all right.
I feel like shoot loops was like code for something.
No, it
that I
was
don't
like going to
understand.
the middle school and shooting hoops, you know, basketball.
Oh, shooting hoops. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There was
Unless
a
you're
time
playing-
when I
unless
was
you're playing
really young
Gamble,
and thin and
that means you're shooting
everything that
rabbits.
I actually loved to play sports. I just hate to watch it. Like, I can't watch sport except for hockey. I can watch a hockey match, but
Yeah, because you don't want to lose your teeth.
I would play hockey, but back then in Florida, it wasn't going to happen. Now we've got like, I don't know, at least one, maybe two teams and a lot of minor teams and shit. But no, the poor man's sport was basketball, Shadow, because all you needed was somebody to have a basketball. And then you just go down to the school and play basketball on the court, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah, basketball is like one of my least favorite sports.
Yeah, but think about like soccer, baseball, hockey, football. Those things require lots of equipment.
Which is weird because my grandfather actually played professional basketball.
What are you talking about?
So
Baseball, all you need
Oh,
is a baseball
dude.
bat and a baseball.
And a man,
Yeah. Try catching a line drive with your bare hands there, bucko. Might work for you if you got some giant bear paws, but for the rest of the world, that shit would suck. Break a hand.
Okay, if you hand
Shadow.
Hey, whatever.
That, oh my God. Played for the national bat. I've always thought you kind of look like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
yeah,
It
that
all
wasn't-
makes sense now.
Now, if you would have like said Larry Bird, that would have been funnier.
No, you're way more handsome than Larry Bird. That guy's
Thank you.
ugly.
He is- yeah,
I mean, the top 3 basketball player of all time, I think. But
right.
man, he's ugly as shit. That guy. I mean, Larry Bird. It's like when they were handing out chins, he must have been asleep because he just didn't get one. You know.
Who was it? Was it Nerds who was saying it? Yeah, really tall people only come in 2 varieties, like drop dead gorgeous or, missing a chromosome.
And she's not wrong because a lot of those dudes that get really big they got that actual gigantism or some weird issue. And that's why they look so effed up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like Shaquille O'Neal does not have gigantism. He's just a freaking mutant. Every now and then, a completely, perfectly healthy, normal 7-foot tall dude just pops out. And it's like, yep, here he is. 7 foot, close to 300 pounds. No one can stop him under the net. You know what I'm saying? But then you got
Yeah.
all these other dudes that, like Andre the Giant, Big Show, even has terrible issues with his ankles, his feet, his heart. You know, because too big. You know,
Yeah.
His
Yeah, it's like
body's
Yao
just
Ming.
not designed for
Great.
that shit.
Shit. That guy had some issues.
Yeah. However, the Undertaker, who is now, I think, a state representative or something from Tennessee, that dude not only was gigantic, but he was 100% proportional and healthy.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah,
have.
that's
He was
kind of
just
unfair, don't you
really
think?
big. He didn't have gigantism. the way
Yeah, he
Andre
didn't have
had.
any of the weird shit.
He was just
a big
freakishly
son of a
large.
bitch.
I mean, it's still not great for you, but you don't have like the underlying health problems.
Dude, do you remember when he was Mean Mark and he come out in the red freaking shorts and he would do the Mean Mark heart punch? And he was like a jobber, man. He was a nobody. And then he vanished for like a couple months. And then one day, Paul Bear's out there talking, oh, he's going to come and get you and all that shit. And then you hear the bell, bang, and he comes walking out. And people didn't even know it was Mean Mark. But it was, but he was the Undertaker now. You know, a revenant. I used to love that old school wrestling when they made it like a soap opera. You know, you had like Kane, the evil brother of the Undertaker, and you know, and Hulk Hogan, the ultimate patriot, because he is a real American and a friend of every man.
What did wind up killing him? Did they ever figure it out? Because I heard there
Hogan,
was like
drugs.
some.
Drugs.
It was the Clintons.
So
Yeah.
a buddy of mine said the greatest injustice in the history of professional wrestling was that The Undertaker was allowed to call on the powers of darkness to win his matches, but Bret Hart was only allowed to wrestle.
Maybe it was Bret Hart that the Undertaker was calling on.
No.
You're the manlet in your family. Yeah, that's how I feel when I visit. Well, my grandfather passed, but all of my great uncles, they were all like 6'6".
Yeah, and I'm
Everyone
6'1",
else.
and I'm probably the biggest person in my family.
Oh,
Speaking
no,
of weird
I'm
wrestlers, did
6'1"
anyone
and
ever
I'm
see
medium.
that movie where Henry Winkler played Gorgeous George?
The one and only. It's a great movie.
I remember seeing it when
man.
I was a kid. I don't really remember a lot about it, but I remember.
It's out in the theaters when I was a kid. How weird is that?
Dude,
You guys remember the movie Heroes that he was in?
Oh yeah, with Sally Field and Harrison Ford. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't see it because Star Wars came out, and I had a buddy, and he wanted to see that instead. And I'm just like, you're a fucking idiot.
I had this buddy. He was a fucking idiot. Look, I'm not even making fun of you, Shadow. I've been there. I feel you, bro.
I think
had
this
lots of
page really
Friends that I
sums
hung
up
out
Final
with,
Age
they were all
perfectly.
idiots.
Guys, I think the images on this page sum up the entire disparity of Final Age in the simplest way possible. James, I'm sharing the image with you. I think this really does just make Final Age like this is the point of Final Age right here. These two characters.
I figured you're just going to show like nerd flipping you off or
No.
being
No.
pissed off or something. Just a picture of Nerd's avatar giving you the double fingers like Final Age. Nerd says you're
With
a
the head
fucker.
going all crazy.
Oh, by the way, James, the thing I bought off Amazon, because you got it on Amazon.com, so I had to order it from the States. The thing I bought with your gift card will be arriving Monday. I'll be showing it to you when it shows up. Thank you again. It was very kind of you.
Okay.
Oh yes, and
No,
you got
thank
me
you.
my new Pendragon as well. Thank you again.
I forgot I'd sent you anything.
Yeah, you sent me a gift card, which was really nice.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I actually have to wait another week before I get to open my one and only present for Christmas, other than not one and only. Jackie got me. Did I show you guys this? Where the hell is it? Right here.
I got my Christmas present in Thanksgiving.
Of all the things, you guys know this book?
No.
No, never heard that.
It's
I think
all about
an
the
anti-Dungeons and Dragons thing where
it's the
talks about
Satanic
uh,
Panic, handbook.
Oh.
people
kind of thing.
committing suicide and shit.
all the
I
other
think
lies
in
that were
the
told
game,
back in
the
the
kid
day. Yeah.
had like a high level paladin, and he got killed by a giant with a scorpion tail.
When I
And
think
then
of that, I think
Kid
of like
killed himself
mazes and
or something,
monsters.
deleted himself, and
Has anybody ever heard that movie? I think it was called Mazes and
Yeah,
Monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Tom
Yeah,
Hanks.
of
I
course.
actually own that on DVD.
I've never seen it.
It's
I've never seen it, and I probably never will.
a
it's
really,
Tom
really
Hanks,
bad TV movie.
and it was a really bad made-for-TV movie based on 100% bullshit.
Yeah.
Because the detective they hired to do the shit just basically lied.
Yeah, did you guys watch Seth Skorkowski's like almost 2 hour Satanic Panic video?
I
It's
did
really good.
not.
Yeah,
It's
that was
really
really
good.
good.
He did like uh, some serious
See,
homework.
I was lucky because somehow or another I managed to miss that whole thing.
It's worth watching. It's definitely worth watching.
No,
It's
I
made
mean the
into
Satanic
like a
Panic.
much bigger
Oh no,
thing
not
now than it actually was at the time. It was like one of those big media things where the news was on about it all
yeah.
the time.
I'm
Nobody gave a
gonna
shit.
from my own perspective, Doc. I literally growing up in California with the church, etc.
You could practically end every sentence as soon as you say "grown up in California."
Um, I literally saw all the things that the moms in the Midwest were worrying about. I saw all that shit for real. Okay, there were crazy ass people who took
There's
it way
always
too
crazy
far.
people.
And I saw a lot of it because I was at a game store, dungeon mastering like 8 hours a day, almost every day that I could get away with it, which was like more than 5 days a week. So I saw a lot of crazy people, a lot of crazy invitations to black masses and the whole bit. So there was stuff to it. It's just it wasn't where you expected. You know what I mean? And I'll probably do my own talk about it when I review this.
Yeah, do
particular
your talk
book.
about your experiences. I mean, my experience was my mom bought me all my D&D stuff. So if it were satanic, apparently my mom was trying to somehow sacrifice me to the dark gods. And I remember my grandma coming over and saying, "I heard you've been playing D&D," and I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I heard that stuff is bad for you," and I was like, "Nah, you just pretend to be a hero and run around and fight stuff." And she's like, "Okay, can I see it?" And I brought her the box set, and she thumbed through it and handed it back and was like, "All right." And that was the last I ever heard about it. And my grandma was super religious. And yeah, she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, my parents actually got more upset when I started going to church on my own than they were ever about D&D. It was weird.
that is weird." And I have no response. But yeah, I basically missed the whole satanic panic. It just did not affect anyone near where I lived. Okay, I'm lying. When there was 6 months when I lived out on the Deseret Ranch here in Florida, like I came down to stay with my mom, and the guy I played D&D with was the son of the bishop of the Mormon Ranch. And then one day, the Mormon religion decided D&D was bad, so he had to give away all of his books, which worked out for me because he had the BX box sets and he gave them to me. And then the kid ended up getting like sadly really, really addicted to like pain meds and shit. And I don't know whatever happened to him. He had a really hot sister though, named Kelly, but she would never date me because I wasn't Mormon. And then after that, I went back to Kentucky.
Maybe she wouldn't date you because you're from Kentucky,
Or
No, because I wasn't Mormon.
or because you're you.
Or maybe because I'm from Kentucky. But I tend to
But
think
wasn't she also from Kentucky? Or did I miss that part?
you missed the part where I said I had come down to Florida
Oh, okay, sorry.
to stay for a while, and we were out on the Deseret Ranch because my mom had a job out there, and if you got a job on the Desert Ranch, they would give you a house. because it's like a clan, it's like a compound, right? Everyone who works there.
So instead of the Mormons, you went to another.
No, everyone who lives there works there. And if you're a Mormon, then you can be promoted to like higher, management and stuff, but otherwise you can't. And if you are a Mormon, though, they automatically take 10% tithe out of your check every other week. It's a weird situation, right? And like the hardcore Mormon girls do not date, mess around, look at, flirt, anything, the non-Mormon, anybody. It's just, the way they are.
That's not been my experience because, okay.
You live in California, nothing matters.
Oh my God. Well,
so true.
It's like, oh, there was a Mormon girl in California and like she totally let me hit it. It's like she was in California.
She was a Mormon. Exactly.
Well, yeah. I thought they that's how they recruited new members.
Yeah, but not by fucking
the honeypot.
They date you into going to the church, and then if they like you, they might date you or marry you. But otherwise, they'll let you down gently, but hope you stay in the church. And that wasn't going to work with me because I was not interested in gods and stuff. I don't know what I was doing at the time. I've had some weird times in my life.
Clearly.
Yeah. But anyway, she was really pretty, tall, Midwestern, brown hair down to her waist. The typical pretty girl when you're young. And her brother was really cool. But they tried to send him on a mission trip to get him off the pain pills, and it didn't work. I think he ended up dying or something. And I put that on his daddy because it was his dad that come up with the bullshit rule that he couldn't be my dungeon master on the school bus ride.
That's too bad, man.
Maybe if his dad had let him keep running the D&D game for Haas and I, Paul'd be alive, But oh no, we gotta be idiots. And
that's a bit of a weird stretch, but we'll run with that.
I don't know. If I hadn't been such a game nerd when I was young, I might have went the route a lot of the guys I grew up with went, which was prison or dead. I mean, 3 of the guys I grew up with died, and 2 of them are in prison for life.
Oh, it's weird. With the school I finally graduated from, we had 11 people in my graduating class. Within 3 years, 9 of them were dead.
Mm-hmm. The 2
3
that
of
are
them
in
died
prison
together
forever,
in a car accident, so it was kind of cheating, but still.
Nah, the 2 that are in prison forever got caught their 3rd time in
cheating.
Florida.
That's tragic.
Meth. And in Florida, if you get caught cooking meth the 3rd time, it's life.
Yeah, that's what my brother got put away for.
And then the one that got shot on the street, not far from where I am now, it was drug related. Like he owed bad people money for drugs. And then his sister, she got killed and chopped up in little bits, and they found her bits in the Ocala National Forest. And they had to ID her because she had a tattoo on her thigh. So that's how and it was her boyfriend that killed her because she was threatening to break up with him. And he thought if she breaks up with us, she might turn us into the cops. I've got an idea. Let's call her over to talk, and then we'll murder her and cut her into pieces and dump her into, yep.
Well, James, you know how you were talking about you don't know if you're going to have a game tomorrow?
Yep.
I know my Saturday game is not going to happen until the 13th of January.
Well, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
December is a rough month for
this
for
whole
games.
time of the year is rough because, like, I've got my nephew's getting back from the cruise he went on Saturday. Which I warned him to watch out for fist fights over chicken nuggies and shit like that. But apparently he went on a week-long cruise to somewhere very expensive. So he probably won't have to worry about any chicken nugget related fist fights.
Yeah. It's only those,
Makes no sense to
cheaper
me though.
cruises where that
You're
happens.
in the Navy. You spend half of the year out on a boat. And
Why
for
would you-
vacation, you pay a bunch of money to go out on a boat. What the fuck, man?
I
Well,
ain't
you
just
should
want to
also
stay
do
on
any
dry
cleaning.
land. There's no way I'd want to be on a boat. You stay on a boat and you want to go out on a boat for fun?
Yeah, the problem though is the boat he goes out on, there's no view.
Still.
Since it's like however many hundreds of meters underwater when he's under sail. So yeah, you get to look
That's
at
even
like
worse.
basically navy gray paint. Everything. Just navy gray paint everywhere.
You know the song, like it was like Off to Sea? I'm like the guy in that one before he actually went off to sea.
Are you talking about Anchors Away?
Jolly Rogers.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You confuse the
They're
shit.
a band. Like they do a lot of like sea related
You
stuff.
wouldn't have heard of them. They're like they played one show one time at a
Left.
SeaWorld.
The state you live in is nowhere near any sea
I know.
or any ocean.
Yep.
So you're a weirdo.
Why? Because I like a certain band
Yes.
that just do
yes,
pirate related
yes.
stuff.
Yes.
If you like pirate related
That's
stuff,
exactly
that's
why.
why you're weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like pirate music, therefore you're weird.
You know who else
Okay.
likes pirate stuff? Babies and communists.
Communist babies.
Oh, they're the worst, those communist babies. Always with their goo goo comrade, gaga comrade. I hate them.
You know, them commie babies with their we must seize the means of production.
And therefore, they hog the tit. I mean, come on, man. I'm here too.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, come on,
Maybe I
man.
want some of mommy's booby. You ever think about that? You ever think about that, you little commie baby? Seizing the means of production?
He does not think about that.
Good. I gotta run, guys. I gotta go eat. I will catch you
Yeah.
all later.
I think I gotta go too. I'll see ya.
Yep.
Oh, no. Bye.
Yeah, well, I don't have much longer myself before I gotta get on my shit. I am excited though that the wifey bought me a new mattress for the bed because I've been bitching about our current mattress for I don't know a year or so because it sucks and it's a water bed and I'm like, who in the f sleeps on a water bed? This ain't 1975. We're not listening to frickin' Iron Butterfly and doing coke.
This ain't no shaggin' wagon.
Yeah, right.
Well,
We don't
you
got
know,
no
maybe-
shag carpet all over the place.
Maybe she's got a couple more surprises for you.
Got other presents, but I'm not opening them until
And you're going to need a mirror and a razor blade.
I'm going to need hair.
It's
and
Friday
weight.
night. You know?
So I guess that makes it all right. But you said, baby, I ain't got enough gas.
Little red Corvette,
Woo-hoo.
baby, you're much too fast.
Got to slow down.
That's gonna last. Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are
How
talking
is it that every live stream I do, if Bear's on the live stream, we always end up on Prince somehow?
about. Oh, is that what you were talking about?
How did you not know that was Prince?
Because he's Shadow and he likes to pretend he doesn't know things.
I
so
never
that
liked the
he's
guy. I never
cooler.
listened to his music.
So that way he doesn't get kicked out of his, He-Man.
Shadow, you have to, if nothing else, you have to pick up Purple Rain and just listen to a couple of songs. Dove's Cry is amazing. Frickin' Purple Rain's amazing. Party Like It's 1999. Pretty much every song on that album's a banger, right?
Take word for it.
There's still a couple of them now that you're like more ancient than you were when he was out, and see if your taste changed any. Also, remember, just because other people like a band doesn't make it bad. Like you can like it too.
You say so. I don't know, man.
Also, remember, the Conan movie was an amazing movie. It never said it was following any books. It said it was based on the writings of R.E. Howard, and it did its shit, and it was good at what it did. And I almost want to yell at you because how could you not like the Conan movie? Mako was in the Conan movie. He was great.
And he was from California.
Right. And so no, Subutai was from Hawaii, I think.
Yeah, it was
So
just
was a Californian surfer.
He was a surfer and he had a Spanish name because I think he was Filipino.
Yeah, but I think that was from California. Oh, whatever.
Well, either way. And
Either way, dinner for wool.
yeah, it's the same. It's
whether
the same
you're right
thing.
or I'm right.
It's the same. It's the same kind of thing with I have with Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's
Oh
not.
my God.
I hate that fucking movie.
Well, nobody likes that movie. But Conan's different. You know why?
He
Because
was from Honolulu. You're right. Jerry
even
Lopez.
if the movie wasn't called Conan the Barbarian, it still would have been badass. If Arnold Schwarzenegger's character's name had been Rolf the frickin', whatever, it still would have been badass.
Yeah, but it's like that's like the only thing that was.
Also, you're insulting some of the best acting ever put on cellophane by James Earl Jones.
I think I've seen him do better acting.
How do you know if you I don't know if you've even seen this movie.
No, I've seen it a couple of times. As a matter of fact, we watched it. Jackie and I watched it for Connell's show like 2 years ago now.
Okay, so then tell me.
Hmm.
You don't get in the mood to like go live in an age of adventure when you hear the music start at the beginning? Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. Hell yeah.
Come on.
When young Conan sitting there
It
with
didn't
his
move me like
dad
it moved you
talking
guys.
about how
Hey, whoa. What was that, Shadow?
I said the music didn't move me like it moved you guys.
Do you know the story of how that soundtrack got onto the film, Shadow?
No,
John
I don't.
Milius did not want there to be a fucking rock and roll soundtrack like Cull had, because that's what De Laurentiis wanted, was a rock and roll soundtrack. So he had Basil Poledouris make the soundtrack for him, and then he kept it hidden from Dino. And Dino kept saying, "Hey, can you listen to this soundtrack I have from this guy I like?" And John was like, "Hey, yeah, I'll listen to it. I promise. He just kept delaying until it was too late, and they needed a soundtrack. And went, "Oh, I happen to have one." And that's how you got the most amazing soundtrack in the history of fantasy music ever.
But they couldn't shell out on a $5 bottle of hair dye.
And look, I don't know what to even say, Shadow. I mean, I think you're a really cool guy, but I think you're being obstinate just to be obstinate.
No, I just didn't like the movie.
I just don't understand how that's possible.
Because it wasn't. There were so many easy fixes to their choices to make it inaccurate. It's like they went out of their way to not make it accurate when, like, a $5 fix would have made it a little more accurate here.
What is the $5 fix you're going on about?
Hair dye.
For who?
Schwarzenegger.
Well, because he wasn't dark. His hair wasn't dark enough for your fucking liking. So
The
the movie's bad because the hair's not dark enough.
there were a number of.
He didn't have blue eyes either, did he?
I don't remember.
I
but
think
there
that
were a number of
Schwarzenegger has hazel eyes. if I
discrepancies.
remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so too. There were a number of discrepancies that didn't need to be
Okay.
there, and they could have fixed them. The eyes thing,
Okay.
I realize that's a toughie, but the hair dye, why? Did Schwarzenegger just say no? Every Conan book, literally every Conan story, describes his jet black hair.
Okay. So what?
Why did they not do that?
Because they didn't. Whoop-de shit.
But look
Also
here,
do-
Shadow, though.
Closer
Think
Dude
about
was a
this,
character
like-
from Kull, not Conan.
Yes,
Thousands of years
everyone
apart.
knows that. It should have been Ammon's set, but it wasn't. It was Thulsa Doom, and James Earl Jones kicked it out of the fucking park.
But why not? I mean, did they not read the books, or did they just read the comic books?
Probably. but it doesn't matter because think about the number of one-liners in that movie that will be on. Like people are going to love some of the lines from that movie after we are dust in the ground or in the wind, according to Kansas. You know, like, who are you? Subutai, thief, and archer. Dinner for wolves. Right? And it's like food.
Yeah, and I don't prescribe
I haven't eaten in days.
the ideology that I have to like.
Because we're going to.
And who says you will? Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
And you know, like I said, I don't prescribe to the idea that I have to like it. That's my choice.
I
I
don't
just
gotta
your
like it.
reasons
I'm
for
just telling
disliking
you
it are
that
such a
movie was
fanboyish
loaded
thing
with
to
great
do.
one-liners.
A fan of Robert E. Howard's actual work,
Okay.
not
So-
other people who changed his work. I hate when people
This is why
come
we
and
call you
change.
a hipster, in case you're wondering, by the way.
I would bet you, hey Cody, I would bet you half
Cody.
of my miniatures collection that if R.E. Howard were alive and saw that movie, he'd think it was freaking awesome. I'll bet you anything.
I disagree. I would say to that everything I've
Take
just said.
that, Shadow. We're never going to get an answer, so you could just say, "Yeah, I disagree," and there, the bet's on. It'll never be resolved.
Disagree.
Neither
I'm
one of
sorry,
you
what
will
was-
do a séance, so you know.
What was the question?
There was no question. I was telling you that I bet if Robert E. Howard were alive today, he would like that movie.
I don't know, man.
I mean, he might not think it's just necessarily what he wrote, but he'd like that movie. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, once he got over,
Easy Texan that ran around sword fighting in the fucking desert.
right. But he also wouldn't have. He would have like. I mean, if you just took him out of, you went back in time, grabbed him before he, put the pistol to his head and said, "Hey, wait, come here, check this out first." And then
Check this out first.
time traveled him.
So you're not even interested in saving him. You just
Hold
want
up.
to see a movie
Before you
before
blow
he
your
leaves.
brains out, Robert E. Howard, and become a legend in time.
Well,
because you have to
maybe it
die,
would stop him.
I'd
from
like you to
doing
watch these two movies. This one is called Conan the Barbarian, and this one is called Ko. Which one do you feel represents your work better? He'd be like, well, I was going to kill myself because life is bad, but having seen Kull, I must now live to write more books to make it better because that movie is such shit. You're right. But wow, that John Milius really understood my work.
I don't think he did, though.
Of course
If he
did.
understood his work, he would have picked a different name. He would have done a bunch of other things that were more
He would have
accurate.
picked a different name. He wouldn't call himself John Milius. He would have
No, he
renamed
wouldn't have
himself to what?
picked Thulsa Doom.
He wouldn't. It doesn't. Fuck. It doesn't matter.
The thing I don't think you're
Really?
understanding here is
Really?
for normies, which is what the Conan movie was made for, not Conan guys like you. It was made for normies, really. Thulsa Doom
Exactly. And they knew they could
sounds
get
way
away
cooler
with it.
than
And artists or directors or whoever is responsible for those choices decided they knew better than the guy who wrote it. The thing
they
that they
decided
professed to
that
love,
they were going to take something that was super niche that maybe 10,000 people on the whole fucking planet even knew about and
oh,
make
no,
it
that's
a
not true at all.
household name.
Conan comic books, prior to the
You
movie,
don't count the comic books, so you're not allowed to make this argument.
people knew about it, and therefore they went back and read the books.
Well,
How
Okay.
many Conan comic books do you think was being sold compared to like X-Men?
Conan comic books in the 20s of thousands or more.
That's
Who's
nothing.
there?
That's
What?
nothing. That's nothing. 20,000 is nothing. Literally
For
nothing.
that time, it was it was popular
Even for
enough
that time, there was 3 billion people on the planet. That's nothing.
in the comic
Now
book
that
industry,
movie comes out, makes a shit ton of money.
and then people
It's
realize
sold
that
everywhere in the whole world.
why would you
And
support,
if we're lucky, Shadow, if we're lucky, some of those people say, I like that movie so much, I think I'm going to read some of the books.
and they would end up not being able to get the originals. They get the Lynn Carter, Sprague de Camp, fan fiction that
Or
was
maybe they got the
made
original.
out of. Why would you support changing of somebody's work that you
Why
claim
would
to
you
love,
care?
but you're going to change it?
So do you
Because
understand how
you can
mediums
only
work,
do
Shadow?
what you can
Yeah,
do.
I've heard that argument before, and I don't agree with
Which
your
argument?
Well, I'm going to tell you the argument is fucking accurate, and people smarter than both of us have made the argument. Medium dictates storytelling. You cannot tell a novel on film. You
But you're
cannot tell a
talking
song in a novel.
That's
You cannot
bullshit.
tell.
You're talking about things that
bullshit.
didn't. The name change and the hair dye. Let's just go with those two.
What
parts.
the fuck are you on about the hair dye? What is
Because
this?
you're changing. Why did the media require the name change when nobody knew the damn name to begin with?
The medium.
Yeah, why would the media dictate?
Oh,
that
you're
it would
talking
be better?
Thulsa Doom? Because Thulsa Doom sounds way scarier than the guy Conan was always fighting. Tathaman.
Tathaman.
Who gives a
Oh.
shit
why
about
not make the
Tathaman?
call
That's
movie?
an actual Egyptian
Sounds,
guy.
sounds like Tathaman hangs out at the fucking Blue Oyster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
So,
Thulsa.
so they know better than the guy, you know?
It's not a
who
question
voted?
of knowing better. Jesus, why do you got to make it like fuck? You're practically a communist with your power argument. Good God.
Because it literally sounds like someone got a wild hair up their ass and thought that they could do better. The
Or they
original.
just made a decision that they thought one sounded kind of goofy and Middle America wouldn't get it.
That's what I
Well,
think happened.
So
Well, they
It's
do
just-
this
they
crazy
look
thing
at
when
the
they make
actual
movies,
name,
Shadow. They'd like to
Tathaman.
make their money back. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
I know. Movies should be a charity. I know, but they're not.
Even
sadly.
Greek people who make movies want their money back.
I just think it's disrespectful to the.
Oh my! Now
the
it's
original.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody changing my shit. If I wrote something,
Then don't
And-
sell the rights.
well, he died, so it wasn't a matter of him selling anything.
Actually, the R.E. Howard estate is fully functioning and has complete and total control over. Like,
What are you
a
talking
lot of-
about? They can barely keep the property open.
Are you kidding? They
Yeah,
snatched
the
that shit
Robert
away
A.
from
Howard
Modiphius and
home
gave
is
it to
in danger of
Monolith.
being
Like,
bulldozed. You didn't hear
Modiphius screwed up and did something they didn't like. Boom, Modiphius lost the rights.
Yeah, but yet the Robert E. Howard home that he grew up, that's a landmark in Texas, is about to be bulldozed over.
I don't think he would give a shit if his house was bulldozed over at this point.
Yeah, well, yeah, but when you do that and you remove that landmark, you get closer and closer to literally burying all the actual accuracies and the original story, and start making anybody who's popular what they write canon, and you basically in essence steal and completely change the original thing that you profess to love into something completely different.
Okay, yeah, I understand why you would say that, but here's the thing, right? The thing that you're ranting about is the only reason why you had Conan role-playing games and Conan this and Conan
I
that.
get that, but I think it could have still we still would have had those things had
I
they
know,
not
you're
done
a
that.
perfectionist.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's fine. But
And I have a lot
you
of
know.
reverence and respect for people's original, masterpieces or pieces, that weren't so masterful. I don't
Really?
like. Yeah,
Really, you have a lot of respect for that, considering when I played something for you, like, you should have done, and you tried to correct my creation, sir.
what are you talking about? When have I ever done that?
I played music for you, and you went, you should have done this, and you were trying to tell me how I could have made the song better. So, methinks thou hast protest too much, madam.
You want me to just listen and say it's great and never
Or
comment?
say, you know
on
what,
anything?
not for me. Nice effort, not my thing. I'm not looking for your fucking notes because you're not the
You
music
know-
nerd.
Gotcha.
But Shadow, I'm not trying to gang up on you, but I am just
I
I
am.
feel ganged up on. I think I'm right, and you guys are fanboys of a movie that I just don't like.
Fanboy.
because it's a great movie.
It would have been a greater movie if they would have called it something else, and it would have been it would have still been the same movie.
See,
think-
okay, we got Cody here. Cody's like Subutai is Subutai is one of the best side guys ever. Like if you want to have a henchman or a buddy in an adventure, you want
Sure.
Subutai.
Yeah,
That
I've heard
ran
that
across
before.
the desert to pull Conan's dumbass off a tree.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
yeah.
Conan,
Which
because
also is
Conan
not how it
cannot.
happened in the book, but okay. That's
I
not
don't give a shit how it happened in the book. We're talking about the movie, right?
The character didn't exist in the book. The instance didn't happen in the book. It happened completely different.
Right. And I'm glad they made the movie, and I'm glad I got to see Subutai outsmart Conan about the four.
Who was a made-up character for the movie.
Hey, guess what? Conan was a made-up character too, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, but he didn't exist prior to the movie. That character did not exist prior to the movie.
No.
Well, I'm glad he did, though. He was
right.
Cool.
You're proving my point. They could have made a fantasy movie because the very little that they used of Conan was in the title, and that's about it.
No, they used a lot of shit about Conan. Not
as much as you think.
You ever make a bitch moan Zamora, the crossroads of Zamora, while you're fucking her before she turns into a beast? Come on.
None of that was in the book.
Zamora doesn't exist. Zamora
Every
wasn't
fucking
in the book.
bit of what I just named is in the book.
But if they take names, but then they bastardize the context of where they came from.
You know what? I'm just not talking to you anymore about this.
I've had this argument with just about everybody because everybody has not actually read the books and will just take whatever is fed to them.
You fucking hipster. Now you're better than everybody because you've read all the books. That's what
I've read every one of the comics, which I own,
which are not canon and not written by
I've
Howard.
watched the movie multiple times, and I enjoyed the movie.
And all of those things are completely.
And I enjoyed the books, especially the one where he's got to sneak across the Thunder River and kill that picked shaman because he's summoning snakes down from the trees on top of the Aquilonian army.
Depends on which. Depending on which version of the story, it might not be the same thing.
No, it was the same thing. He had a big double bit axe. He was working for Aquilonia in the scout regiment or some shit. And there was an evil picked shaman that was summoning magic and shit.
Across the Black River. Yeah, I know the story.
And he swam across the river and murdered his way into that guy's camp and killed him.
And then he became good with the Picts and spent time with them and realized they weren't animals and that they had a culture. What an amazing thing for Conan to do.
Well, I don't think
that never happened, Barry.
Did that.
It's in one of the comics. It's actually really good.
It did happen, though. According to the Hyborian world, a priest of Mithra went into the Pickland and they didn't just kill him and eat him outright. They kept him around, and he taught them the secret of making iron and steel tools. So the Picts, after they learned and got really proficient at making swords and stuff, they went ahead and murdered him. And then after they had made enough weapons, they basically destroyed the Hyborian world all the way to Brithonia. And there was just one gigantic Pictish empire that ruled
let me ask you a question.
And everything all the way to Brithonia.
Let me ask you a question this way. What if we actually had that time machine and we got Howard and he came back and said they fucking ruined my story?
I'd be like, well, all right.
I'd be like, what do you know? You probably didn't even have electricity and running water in your house, you fucking primate. Plus, you're a fucking bitch who took the easy way out, so fuck you, go away.
Well, you're not a Conan or Howard fan to begin with, so I get
and
that.
then I'd say, you know what? Here, give me the gun. I'll do it for you.
And I would, like I said, I'd just be like, all right, you know.
That was brutally awesome. I have this.
You take this shit way too seriously, is what it is. I've just been fucking around with you and having fun.
I hope that someday.
I'm trying to understand his point of view. I'm just
my point of view is what if these writers hate what people have done to their work?
Well, you want to hear something really crazy? What's his name? Frank Herbert loved what David Lynch did with Dune so much that he made shit David Lynch added in the movie canon.
That's cool.
An example would be the fact that the Spacers Guild never.
They had the unique opportunity of working together in,
And it was the same creator. It was the same producer as produced Conan. That's how you ended up with Toto doing the fucking soundtrack. But Spacers Guild, they didn't hold space. They just could do calculations to allow the ship to jump through space and not randomly hit something.
God knows what.
But then it was David Lynch's idea that, no, let's get crazy with this shit. These Spacers Guilds are literally folding space. And, Herbert decided he liked that shit, and it
Yeah,
becomes,
because the energy requirements to actually do that would probably be astronomical. Pardon
or
me.
they would be nothing because the guild navigator could just do it with his mind, and that's how it was done. A guild navigator would come out of his tank, and he would envision two locations, and then he'd envision them both being at the same space, and then he'd envision them back at their original space. And guess what? The ship moved without moving.
And then he would say, "We just folded space from Ix. Many machines on
Many
Ix.
machines on Ix.
James, are you saying that in
machines.
a positive way about Sean Young? Because I thought she was kind of cute. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell sometimes with him.
You're talking about Rachel. She was smoking. What's wrong with you?
He's from Australia. What more do you need to know? When you live 6 inches from the sun, your brain, it's getting cooked on the daily.
Just double checking. Just double checking.
Gentlemen, remind you. Yeah, I mean, she was far better as Chani than Zendaya.
Fucking
Who can't, I
Zendaya,
mean, a
what the
fucking flank
fuck?
of freaking pressurized 2x4 could act better than that crazy bitch. But I mean, not only that, but Sean Young was in great movies. I think she was in Black Velvet.
Yeah,
Maybe
Red
I
Velvet.
don't remember.
Red Velvet.
Velvet,
She's
no.
in one of another Lynch film. She was in Blade Runner. I mean, yeah, she's around for a little bit. She did some stuff.
She's in Blade Runner, Fatal Instinct, Dune, Ace Ventura, No Way Out. Well, I don't think she was in Blue Velvet.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry then. I mean, I know that was a David Lynch fucking fuckaroo right there. Blue Velvet, I think.
She was in Wall Street.
Because David Lynch, some of his movies
Hold on a minute, I'll be right back,
go
guys.
way out into like, what the fuck is this guy even? I mean, case in point, Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is a definitely what in the exact fuck is happening over here. You know what I mean?
She was in Fatal Instinct.
Yeah, better than those on Ridge. Yeah, exactly. New machines on Ix. And the funny inside joke, which I know you all know, but I have to say it, Ix is 9.
Yeah, see, I know that because I live in a place where we have a place called Pineuf for the Pope, Pius the Ninth, and it's spelled P-I-E-I-X, but it's pronounced Pineuf because French, neuf, I-9.
Oh, Isabella Rossellini is absolutely
She was the one in Blue Velvet.
a beauty for the ages, that woman. I mean, she is definitely beauty. She's like the classical, let's launch 9,000 ships and go murder the shit out of some Turks.
Is
Well,
she really, though?
Trojans,
I mean, she's
kind
good
of.
looking, but she's not Helen of Troy good looking.
Well, I don't know what Helen of Troy looked like, but she must have been smoking.
Well, Helen of Troy is so beautiful that they can never ever make a movie where the woman that they will have in that movie can actually look like Helen.
Yeah, Frank in Blue Velvet is absolutely a scary villain. That guy is just fucking nuts.
Heineken, fuck that shit. Pat's Blue Ribbon.
But then you look at like Twin Peaks, and you've got the whole scene where David Bowie just kind of shows up. And then and McLaughlin shows up, but then he looks at the tapes and he can see himself like looking back at him. It's like, what in the fuck is actually happening in this movie?
That's Fire Walk with Me. That's a whole other beast.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other beast. But even with the original, you know, with all the, it's just like, it's so good. And the fact that David Lynch's character has to have everyone yell at him because he's deaf, except for the one waitress at the restaurant. For some reason, he can hear her perfectly. It's little shit like that that makes that movie so badass. You know what I mean?
You keep referring to the movie. Did you ever watch the goddamn TV series?
Yeah, that's series 1. 2 sucked. 3 was good. I didn't care for 2.
No, I'm not going to argue on that one.
And the movie kind of made me like a little creeped out when I found out that the evil dude from like the Black Lodge was possessing Laura's dad, and then killed Laura's cousin too. And I don't care about spoilers, because if you guys haven't seen Twin Peaks yet, then I mean, I don't know what to say. That shit's been out for like 40 years.
Sometimes my arms spin big.
Yeah, the little guy. And what was that other shit? It looked like cream corn that they had to eat.
I don't remember.
And it was like basically solidified misery or some shit. And they would all like, you know, collect it up and eat it. I mean, everything about that movie was weird, you know. Like Kyle MacLachlan, Kyle MacLachlan constantly going off on how good the pie and the coffee are at that place. That it becomes such a thing, you know. It was just like, and the old lady carrying the log around all the time.
Talking Twin Peaks.
And
I just saw a commercial
like
for
in
that.
one scene, she said something about the owls know more than they let on, or
The
something.
owls are not what they appear.
I just saw a commercial for that special edition box set. I never got to see like any of it. The only thing I know about it was there was a on Dr. Demento there was a 12 Days of Christmas song based on 12 things from things from that show, and the only thing I can remember for it was instead of a partridge in a pear tree, it was a body dead wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
What the hell? But then there's one last thing before we table the Conan discussion.
God.
Hold on. This is the most important one.
Okay, but if it's not, I'm going to point and laugh.
If you're going to do that,
And I'm going
anyways,
to become Canadian and just say, for fuck's sake.
The line that's so often quoted is the most absolutely misunderstanding of Conan to a T. The what is best in life is something he would not only never say, never feel, think, or believe in. He was such an absolute defender of innocent women above all
That's
things.
not what the line represents, you fuck. That's the point. You're missing the point of the line. It's what he's been taught at that time by the masters who have been using him as a pit fighter. It's
I
only
understand.
after he
It's
escapes
just
from
like
them
as
But
that
it
he
never
then learns
lets him
and
go.
becomes better and it expands his knowledge. Valeria, in fact, teaches him the value of women.
And it was never ever
And being in
written
love
in
and
any
learn
Conan
friendship from
novel
Subutai.
story. It was never part of
It
the whole
doesn't
thing.
matter.
Jesus
It
This
was
whole
made
argument
up.
is stupid. We were talking about Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
This whole argument is dumb because you're just restating some shit you said already, and it doesn't matter. We've already established that Conan from Conan the Barbarian is not Conan from R.E. Howard's original books. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't make the movie less good.
I
Don't even answer. You got your opinion. I'm good with it. You're my bro. Whatever. But Twin Peaks is good because of little stupid shit that you generally don't even notice until like you've watched it 2 or 3 times. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute. The fuck's going on with the cherry pie or some crazy? It'll be some minor little thing in that movie.
I'll have to check it out because it really did look interesting and weird. And I like those things that have
Super
those.
weird, and what's her name wanted to die. See, I spoiled it for you.
I won't realize that until I probably watched it the first time all the way through.
And
But I
that's how
gotta
it
get it.
ends up in the Black Lodge, which is apparently not hell, but not good.
Sharing an image with you because I'm tired of this fucking argument.
Oh my God. Let's see an image.
Ah,
Well,
that's
that's
nice.
a nice looking elf. A little scary. Like, she
Yeah,
might
well, it's an ash
face
elf.
off.
If you read the primer, she's an ash elf.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
she's kind of hot and I'd hit on her, but
I
at
think I
the
could
same
say that
time,
3 times fast.
maybe not because she might kill me.
Well, that's the thing about the ash
Or
elves,
call
right?
me like a vermin or something.
So have you read any of the primer yet?
I haven't. I'm waiting for
Okay.
the
So you're waiting for the print copy. So the ash elves are basically the elves that refuse to give up their longevity. Like it was taken from them during the fall somehow, and no one knows how, but they use magic to extend their lives, but they're becoming ghastly as a result. They're slowly becoming wraith-like because they keep using magic to unnaturally extend their
that
lives.
explains the gray kind of thin.
Yeah.
appearance. That is really cool. Really cool.
Thank you. I think Final Age is okay. When I released the Final Age primer, I released that with the following support network behind me, all the people that were involved in helping playtest and all that, and all of them were like, "This thing is going to be fucking huge. This is so fucking different than everything that's out there. People are going to jump on this," and it fucking like a fucking wet fart. You know what I mean? That's how well it went over. It was a wet fart.
What?
It didn't
Which
sell.
thing?
People didn't give a Final Age. No one gave a fuck about it. I released it and no one gave a fuck. More people have bought Valorous than ever bought Final Age.
Well,
about
to be fair,
To be
I,
fair,
I've only just recently started hearing about Final Age, like in the last week.
Well, I knew, I don't know if you know this or not, Shadow, but I used to have a life in a world before you.
But I do
Before I
know,
met you.
but I do know that I can't even begin to count the number of times I've heard of Valorous and what do you call it? Talked about it even on my show, whereas Final Age is like, to me, it's a brand new thing.
It's not. It's actually the first thing I ever published, other than a superhero setting. The first thing I ever published was called Supervillains, and it was a bunch of fucking villains from the Zenith universe. And it was published for Villains Vigilantes, Icons, Mutants and Masterminds. I think that's it.
Right,
And that was
but
the first thing I ever published. The second thing I ever published was the Final Age primer. That was the second thing I ever published.
yeah, the thing is, I can totally get why people might like Valorous more, because Valorous is just like so its own thing.
Yeah.
And if you're into the spectrum charts and the heroic role play, I mean, Valorous is that.
No,
Whereas
absolutely.
Final
I'm not
Age
shitting on it.
is a great, interesting setting. It really is. But I don't know. Maybe that's the difference. I mean, I
Well,
back both of
We'll
them,
see.
so.
We'll see
well,
what
I
happens.
think like I was trying to, the point I was trying to make. If you want it to sell, you got to promote it, and I haven't heard you promote it until just recently.
Well,
If you gave it the same,
Shipped out yesterday,
I-
and it's like Bear and Hungar and I went off for like an hour and a half on Final Age. Hungar loves it.
I know,
I
he's told
liked
me.
it. We were looking at all kinds of shit. You
There you
missed
go.
out.
Coco knows. My old channel, I had lore videos, I had history videos about it. I did a lot of shit on Final Age. Just didn't click, didn't connect. People weren't interested. But now with all the new stuff I'm doing and expanding it and making it even bigger for your dollars, it's going to be the biggest thing in the world. Next year, people will be like, Shadow Dark, fuck Shadow Dark. Let's play Final Age. Like that's going to be.
Yeah, I ordered my print copy of the primer, Coco, and I've got the PDF, but I'm waiting for the print copy because I like reading print more than.
Well, the non-primer, the full setting book currently, and it's going to be bigger when it's done, is already sitting at 117 pages.
Well, and I'll buy it when that's out. Check this guy out, guys. Guess what he's
Oh,
for?
Shadow, don't sit down.
Guess what that's for, Shadow? No?
no, that's cool. That's very
Not
cool.
going to guess what it's for, though?
Yeah, you want to see something even cooler?
I don't need to guess. You kind of got that one track thing going on. So,
Oh, so yes, Hyperborea.
yeah.
Because they have no elephants or rhinos in Hyperborea.
That's what I just assembled.
Yeah. That's big.
So in the town of Kingsgate, there is a money
Me and my
lender.
brother.
There's a money lender named Bippo Hamstitch. He's a halfling that lends money, and these are his collection agents, the twins, Krug and Thrux. I can't say his name right now. My fucking tongue's
Except,
not working.
see, and here's the thing: Final
They're
Age
like
might
they're
be,
like half elves, half trolls.
Final Age might be the only setting where I actually kind of think orcs are cool too.
The orcs are super fucking cool, man.
Like in Hyperborea, orcs are for killing. They're half demon, half pix. That's cool, whatever. But in Final Age, the orcs are assholes, but they're also fighting.
Well, those are the
bigger
Savage orcs. That's the
assholes.
Savage orcs. So there's 3 types of orcs in Final Age that you deal with. And Cody, no, it's still gonna be the 5e hack, but I might do its own system later after I get Valorous 5e out. I might adapt it. But anyway, there's 3 types of orc in Final Age. There's the savage orcs, which are the ones who live in the wild, hunt the scourge, and don't give a fuck if you're in the way. Like if they're shooting at the scourge and you're nearby and the shot might hit you, fuck you. 1 arrow kills you, 2nd arrow hits the scourge. That's how they think, right?
Right.
They don't even fucking think about it. Then there's the city orcs. They're the civilized ones, and their tusks are a bit smaller, and they're not scarred up and all that. And they're just kind of like, all right, the civilization works out pretty good. We'll do this and see how this works for us, yeah. And then there's the fucking orcs of Eruz, and they're in the Emberlands. And they were started by a prophet who had a vision from their god, Eruz, this new god who's like, I am the god of the orcs. And they went there, and a lightning bolt struck the fucking mountain, and it revealed this red gold that was in the mountain. So they carved a big fucking face of their god out of the red gold, and now they just enslave other races to mine red gold for them. And then they use that to trade and go around, and they're just trying to be superior. But they also have a breeding program where they're like, Eruz doesn't want us to look like the savage ones, so like babies that are born with like too big of tusks or tattered ears are thrown over the cliff into the sea. Fuck them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like they're out of the fucking.
They got
gene
the
pool.
Agogi.
Oh yeah, they're fucked up. They're really fucked
So
up.
I've decided now if I play a lawful evil fighter in a game or a lawful evil paladin, I will not use Pinhead. I will use this guy.
Who's that?
That's Michael Myers, but done up like in medieval gear with 2 falchions instead of a machete.
That's cool.
But
It works.
can you imagine putting that guy on the table, man? The DM be like, "Wait, what? You're actually playing Michael Myers, the like 100% incarnation of pure evil as your miniature." Let's see if I can find him there. Come on, focus in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Myers. Still don't know how the fight between Mike Myers and Pinhead will go, but Mike Myers got beat by Jeepers Creepers. Like, not killed because you can't kill Michael, but he just got pounded so hard that Jeepers Creepers went away. Because since Michael Myers has no fear or anything, there's no reason for Jeepers Creepers to ever even deal with him. Because he's all about smelling the terror, and Michael Myers is just a black hole of evil. He has no anything else. Ghost Rider beat Pinhead because when Pinhead looked at Ghost Rider used the gaze, whatever it's called, the penitent stare or whatever. And because he made Pinhead go back through all the sins he'd ever committed all at once. And behind all of the needles and shit, we all know Pinhead's just some lieutenant from the British Army, right? Fuck Pinhead up really bad. I mean, Pinhead was winning, but as soon as Nick Cage got the eye contact, it was over, Well, not Nick Cage, Flaming Skull Nick Cage. So Ghost Rider, that's who I mean. Yeah, Ghost Rider put the penitent gaze on him or some shit and fucked him all up. So, yeah. And then apparently I posted that thing about Lobo, and then somebody posted a thing with the guy getting raped by 2 wolves and said there's 2 wolves inside of all of us.
I saw that. That was pretty
I
brutal.
guess in the upcoming Supergirl movie, Lobo's going to feature as one of the bad guys or protagonists. And they have actual from the movie shots of Lobo. And it looks just like Lobo from the comics. They found some really big Rob Zombie looking fucker and painted
Jason
him
Momoa.
white.
It's
Huh?
Jason Momoa.
See, I didn't even recognize him through the makeup and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, they found a giant half Irish, half Polynesian fucker, painted his skin white and put him in leather with a chain wrapped around his wrist. And there you go, Lobo, who can't beat Superman in a fight, but can never die. So, it's like whatever. Like you can literally cut Lobo's head off and he'll just grow a new one. So, yeah.
Well, couldn't
There
you
was
just throw him
one
in?
time in the comics where if you made Lobo bleed every time his blood hit the ground, it become a new Lobo,
Yep.
which
So
he
couldn't you
didn't
just-
like because he hates the fact that he can't be the last of the Zarnians.
But couldn't you just throw him in the heart of a sun? Wouldn't that take care of it?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Now, ask me why.
What?
Beats the fuck out of me. Some DC guys got together. They must have been
Making fun of
listening to.
Wolverine. Lobo started as a mockery. He was meant to be making fun of Wolverine's popularity in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
I've got the first Lobo comic, and he's kidnapping some bitch from like the Galaxy Defenders, and he's got a purple afro,
I love Billy Zane as the fan.
and he's wearing like fucking professional wrestler clothes, and it's like this is gay. And then he comes back a little bit later, and he's Rob Zombie with the black fucking, Norwegian death metal paint on. and
Yeah, I'd
shit.
like to say that Rob Zombie stole his look from Lobo, more likely.
Yeah, could have,
See that?
definitely.
It'd be all about the timing.
One thing though about Lobo, despite the fact that he's actually attacked heaven and been thrown out of hell, killed Santa Claus. He's killed millions of people, literally,
Lobo's
but he has a
Caramel
heart
Joe
of
Christmas.
gold
For
because
dolphins.
Yeah, I think I've got I've got
Oh.
just about everything Lobo was in up to a certain point, and then I just stopped buying.
and he's
comic
got a
books.
mean dog sometimes, like a little British bulldog that's just mean as shit and always farting. But yeah, he has a pot of space dolphins he takes care of, and he went to some doctor and had the doctor put like a radio in his brain that was constantly blaring death metal 24/7. Because I mean, he had to be as over the top and fucked up as possible. they did a good job of it if you think
But
about it.
we need a new word that isn't hipster, right?
Huh?
Because James L. just said, I haven't seen a superhero movie since Billy Zane is the Phantom. So he's saying he hasn't seen a superhero movie since the 90s. Like it's a flex, right? And it's the sort of thing Shadow does when Shadow flexes on stuff that he thinks is too commercial or whatever. And hipster isn't the right word for that. We need a new word for when they do shit like that. And cunt is sadly already used, so we'll have to find a new word.
Plus, I think in Australia, cunt is not like a bad word. It's what you call your
No.
friends.
Yeah.
Like where you cunts up to anyway. But anywho, the best thing Billy Zane has ever been in, I'm sorry to say, is
Demon Knight.
when he plays
Sorry.
the Demon Knight.
Fuck this cowboy shit. Well, then they're motherfuckers.
I hereby declare this place condemned.
Humans. You're not worth the skin you're printed on.
Yeah, that's so good. Hey, Roach. Yeah, I lied. That fucking guy. That movie was really actually amazing for being a kind of low budget whatever. And I love how it starts because it grabs you by the short and curlies right off the bat. The two
Yeah.
cars whipping down the highway in the middle of the night with the song Nice Shot by
Hey
Filter.
man, nice shot by Filter, and the best version of that song too.
Yeah. I wish
You
I
probably never
would've
heard of it,
known.
Shadow. Don't worry.
Now it's a
Heard of
little-
what? I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, the
There you
Marvel stuff, James. I don't blame you for not watching it. I didn't either. No, I watched Iron Man, the first one. I thought was amazing. But the reason I didn't watch it wasn't because of like whatever. It's just I don't like I don't like superheroes, generally speaking. There are a few I do like. Like I did like Deadpool, but I think mainly because of it's a comedy more than a superhero thing. Other than that, I just watch like Event Horizon, Conan the Barbarian, and The Ninth Gate on like a rotation.
On repeat.
I like The Ninth Gate. I think it's Johnny Depp's best work.
It was an interesting movie.
Oh yeah, you know who the woman in the movie was?
It was Satan.
Jezebel.
Oh, okay.
She is
Which
the
one
whore
we
that
talked
rides
about?
the beast.
Which
It's
movie are
been
we
a,
talking about?
it's been a
ninth
good
Gate.
long time since I saw it. I think I have it on DVD. I don't know.
The Phantom is cool, and I have a couple. I have miniatures of the Phantom, all in black with his 45s. No, that's the Shadow.
Yeah, you're
Who
thinking.
knows
Yeah,
what evil lurks in the hearts?
I've got the Reaper miniature of the Shadow, but I can't find a good Phantom.
I've got the Reaper version, and I've got a 3D print version that's way better.
It would have to be because the Reaper version is so bad that there's like no ability to paint it other than black, red
Sorry,
for the scarf.
talking about the Shadow?
Yeah,
Yeah, the other thing that's really bad about the Reaper miniatures is that they made so many changes, like it's not like, why didn't they just make it like the original Shadow? That would have made it so much better. I mean, come on, why would they make changes? I mean, they would have sold 1 million if they'd just done it the right way.
Anyway,
That's
this
exactly
isn't going to
wrong,
focus in. Oh, it is focusing.
Tell me you've never seen the miniature without telling
Do
me
you,
you've never seen the
you
miniature.
recognize this guy?
Smugster.
Is that-
Well, I like
is that Malcolm?
Smugster.
Malcolm Reynolds?
That's Mal Reynolds.
Yeah.
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 Coco, I like Smugster. Smugster is good. You're just being a smugster. Yeah,
Yes,
there it is. I like that. Well played, Coco. Well played. You can tell you work with the kids.
Smuglord.
Smuglord, yeah. but
Status Goblin.
Status Goblin.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
See, my thing is just I don't know. I'm a little bit of a once I find things I like, I just do that.
I know.
And that's just what I do. So
I know. I've been here for it.
So I end up reading the same books over and over again and watching the same maybe 10 movies over and over again and staying
Like
with
I've
the
said
same
many
woman
times,
for
I'm
decades.
waiting for what the next fixation for you is going to be. I'm like, what's it going to be? What's it going to be?
We should actually make a pool and not tell them about it and put money on.
No, I didn't want to bet on it. I just want to just watch the majesty of it unfolding.
It could turn out to be Dark Age or whatever you're working on.
Final Age.
Final Age. Wouldn't that be the thing if I was just like, I'm starting this Final Age campaign, it's going to be the fucking best.
I would find that really disturbing, to be honest, to hear you doing a deep dive and like talking about like in Final Age, there's this thing. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on with James? Is he okay?
Well, that's how you'd know you either one of two things: died and went to heaven, or you had a stroke.
Wow, those would be the ways I'd know. Okay.
I really don't see myself jumping on another fantasy game like super seriously. But then again, I've said that before, so yeah,
That's true too.
But man, there's so many games out there I would just absolutely love to run and play, and that I know I'm never going to get to now, and so like all the hundreds of dollars I spent on Traveler 2300, I might as well chuck that shit out in the street. I'm never going to get to use it. Yeah, I need to pick like this really weird fucking game from like Judges Guild that came out in like 1982. Jaroon. That's what I'm going to play. Jaroon. Never heard of it?
Yes, I have.
It exists though.
I know exactly what it is.
Go off on
I know
Jaroon, and Jaroon is the best game ever. And if you're not playing Jaroon, you're a piece of shit. And then I'm going to make videos like Jay Gareby, where I'm like, if you're not playing Jaroon, you suck balls, right? Because Jaroon is what all the good role-playing games were actually based on. Or maybe I should pick up Empire of the Petal Throne. I own it.
Yeah, same here. Good luck
Like
with
grab
that.
the tri-stat version of Empire
Toon
of the Petal
campaign
Throne
incoming.
and just go
I saw the
fucking nuts.
Kickstarter for that. What happened to Bear?
That's what I'll do. I'll get my tri-stat Empire of the Petal Throne hardbound out and just go fucking ape shit with it, right? And then you guys will be like, what in the fuck has happened to this guy?
Yeah, I think you might want to do a little deep dive on Mar Barker first. Just saying.
I agree with him. See, I'm not. I know you're probably going to say he called somebody the N-word or something at some point. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's just you
Okay.
you will have
It's
tons of people.
1899 is awesome, but a new company remade it and they made it bitch made for sure. Like all of the cool, like colonial, like bullshit that was in the original GDW one, that's all been backed off on now because colonialism's bad. So, the British landing on Mars and fucking up the Canal Martians, we can't have that. Right. Plus, they had to find a way to make women way more important in the game than whatever debutante
They ever were ever in history.
Yeah, because in the original game, women were not allowed to be soldiers because, duh. Like you're going to have a line of redcoats marching out into the Martian desert to fight some freaking, sky Martians, and there's half
Yeah.
of them are chicks. Get the fuck out of here. Mar Baker was definitely into measuring heads. Like, do you mean that as like politically? Like, was he a socialist or was he just a racist? Because one of those two things can be forgiven.
I got to know which one can be forgiven.
Never socialism.
Yeah.
He was an anti-Semite.
Oh, was he? Well, shit. Him and a third of the planet. I like dare you to find me 10 black people who aren't. At least one of them in that bunch is going to be hardcore. I mean, Kanye, Candace Owens. I mean, it's like, and then if you go to other countries, shit, we view the world like from America. Like, no. Like, how many anti-Semites do you think live in Iran right now? I don't know what the population of fucking Iran.
Yeah, that's what I just said. What's the population?
Yeah. He knitted beanies for charity. See, that's cool. We call them toques if they're made out of wool, or they're supposed to look like they're made out of wool. I didn't know that, but my mother-in-law's Canadian, so now I do know that. No, I mean, if a guy has some weird racial views, they can grow out of that. But if they're a hardcore, dyed-in-the-wool, tanky Stalinist, no, fuck them. I can't get down with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. I mean, I've seen people that when they were kids ran out and got all kinds of stupid tattoos on them because they're idiots. And now they're in their 30s and they got a wife and kids and they feel like assholes because they went out and got tatted up, and they outgrew it because, I mean, I think most people do. In my experience, all the kids I went to high school with that were supposedly being skinheads and shit, they all outgrew it. Ended up married to Puerto Rican girls or whatever, It's like, fuck ever, man. You got to be a real certain kind of loser to, like, be a 50-year-old skinhead. I mean, that's how you have just lost it life. It's like,
well, I think it also
if you're a 16-year-old skinhead, that just means you're dumb. You don't have any experience. You don't know shit. So ideology is usually a mistake. We all have our own ideologies, man. Mine is that the Conan the Barbarian movie is awesome. I live by that. And also Hyperborea is awesome, especially because it has serpent people. And is also part of Earth. It's just the Arctic Ocean. There used to be a continent there, and it got ripped off of our planet and moved. And I love the fact that there's no demi-humans. Well, there are demi-humans, but you kill them.
Sounds racist.
I don't know if it's racist if they're different species.
They're not real, so it can't be.
It's speciest, right? Like if Devisonians were alive today and we went on a genocide against them, that wouldn't really be racism, would it? Since they're an entirely different thing? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends on whether you could breed with them, I guess.
Supposedly we did a lot.
So I don't know.
The last thing we need is more fucking elves. Have I got a game for you?
Then you will love my. You will absolutely love my new game. It's all about elves.
But failing that,
Oh.
Talis Lanta.
It's called Elf Supremacy. You're gonna love it. And James froze up on us, and that's a great pick. It's going in like 3 memes already, just like that. Reliving. So what do you got going on this weekend, Bear?
Writing. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, barely. You're like fading in and out.
Hang on. Sound. Input. Mic. No, looks good on my end. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You were doing that kung fu theater thing too.
Yeah, well, I'm writing this weekend. That's what I'm doing this weekend.
Oh, I thought you said Friday. I'm like, Friday?
Writing.
Yeah, gotcha.
As I said, I've yelled at Shadow so much, I'm tired. I think I'm sweating from all the energy I've expended yelling at Shadow over the Conan movie.
I'm going to go because my computer keeps hemorrhaging, so I'm going to shut it down. I'll see you guys later.
Take care.
Take care, homie. Loving the looks of that stuff you're doing. His art's looking really good. Yeah, it's like the people hate the dude who did the Invincible Overlord. I don't care.
I've got one of his paperback books I'm meaning to read to see what, besides game-wise, what he had to say. Because I couldn't get into Petal Throne at all. I looked at it. I'm like, okay, I'll put it on the shelf with the other artifacts. But
No, it's like Gore. The series Gore. Like
I've got
that dude actually
I've got a
down
crap
with
ton of
is
books. I read the
wild.
first book and a half, and then I got bored.
Well, I mean, you can only read so many scenes of some woman getting an iron ring on her neck and gang raped until you're like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten that far. James, where do I find you on Discord?
Beyond
Not you, the other James.
I don't know if they have Discord in Never Neverland. You might have to find a pixie to like get some pixie dust and then believe really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree, Andre. One of the things I love the most about Baptism of Fire, besides the fact that it's based on Slavic mythology, is if there are any elves in that game, they're evil as shit, and you don't want any part of it. And they don't live on the earth. And if you go near any body of water, there's a good chance you'll die. Because apparently in Russian or Slavic mythology, every body of water is like a place to die. It's not like, I think I'll go fishing down at the watering hole. No, you won't. Or Salka get you, avoid or whatever they're called. Get something horrible will always be in the water. And it will drag you in and eat you or drown you or make you a slave. So, yeah. That's one of the main reasons I love that game so much. It's so full of awesome monsters, Strigoi, and I forget the name of the evil, like undead witch that's an ugly woman and never got to have kids. So when she died, she came back as an evil undead witch and she kidnaps children. And if you don't get them back within a week, you never will. And then you've got the 3-headed dragon and you've got wind demons and also Pinachegs and various other Asiatic tribesmen you got to kill, because they're constantly running amok, all in the name of saving Kiev and Novgorod and all that from pagans. And also, you got to kill Roman Catholics too, because they're trying to kill you too. The Northern Crusades, were a thing. But getting back to the monsters, the monster manual part of Baptism of Fire, I'd say 9 out of 10 of the creatures in that book are vampires of some sort.
That makes sense.
In that they will drain your blood. Like there's one where if a woman gets pregnant and has a miscarriage and she hides it and buries it without having proper rites done, it's apparent it can rise from the dead, and it'll either float around like an undead fetus, or it'll become
You told me about that one. That one's
raven.
That one's horrific.
Or a baby-headed raven. And the first thing it does is try to kill its mom and family. And in its raven form, it can summon up windstorms that can blow over barns and stuff like that. So, I mean, the correct answer is, one, don't screw around. Oh, another one of its powers is it can make a virginal woman very promiscuous with magic. So, yes, don't screw around. And if you do screw around with your husband. And if you do get pregnant, make sure it's your husband. And if you lose it, make sure it's buried on holy ground and given the rites by a priest. Because if you break any of those rules, you could end up effed in the egg.
I'm going to have to let you go. That's my dinner just arrived, and I'm going to have to go pay the man.
Yep.
I will see you tonight, tomorrow.
Sometime.
Later on. Take care.
You too, bro.